From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Good evening there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lenovo Intel Presents Rise of Legion for Apex Legends. And yep, this is Qualifier 3 Finals now. I'm your host, Assassin. First on the desk with me is Caribs, and we're all set and ready to get 6 more contenders for the Grand Finals now. And Caribs, how are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling really excited about this one. It's been a long journey from Qualifier 1 all the way up until now, and we stand upon the last keg. 6 teams will make it through, and they will join the 12 teams that have already qualified. And I wonder if these 6 teams will be able to stand tall in the competition ahead, but for now, they must focus on the more immediate problem. They must focus on getting into the top 6.
Yeah, they definitely have to, because the thing is that all the 12 teams that have participated are kind of pretty serious at getting that massive share of the prize pool as well. So, yeah, really looking forward to seeing what exactly Qualifier 3 Finals have got in store for us. Let's take a quick look at what exactly happened in Qualifier 2, by the way. Let's take a look at the 6 finalists that made their way in towards the Grand Finals as well from the side of Qualifier 2. But, yeah, there you go. They're going to be seeing Watched Apex Bots, Word.exe, Play Like Pros, Sites, Vector Sports, and Aviator Esports making their way in over towards the Grand Finals from Qualifier 2 Finals. And yeah, Crips, we kind of had a lot of teams like Sites, then we had Play Like Pros as well, who just came out of nowhere and were quick to take that 3rd and the 4th spot as well. And it was pretty interesting because, you know, as we did advance on towards the 3rd day, a lot of teams kind of just, gave up and they did not show up as well. Let's hope that doesn't happen in Qualifier 3 Finals, and let's hope that all 18 or 20 of these squads that are going to be diving straight in towards the server are going to be there till the very end.
Yeah, let's see if these guys that have qualified from the 2nd qualifier will be able to match up against the ones that we have today. But we don't even know who the 6 teams are that will make it through to qualifier number 3. So very soon we'll be getting to take a look at those ones as well, as the games will go live. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 matches today. 5 matches on World's Edge, and you gotta give your best in each and every one of them. You can play passively to gather placement points, or you can just be a hunter and start accumulating all the kills. Maybe if you're good enough, you can pull off both. But no matter which path you go down, you must make sure that this is a path that is loaded with points.
Completely, and I feel as if all the teams that are going to be participating in Qualifier 3 Finals are going to be pretty interesting. We're looking forward to seeing if we can have some professional players as well playing in Qualifier 3 Finals, because if that happens, then it truly is going to be interesting to see what they have got in store, because there were a lot of hidden diamonds among the community as well, right? Because of not a lot of Apex tournaments happening, all these hidden gems, they were not able to come out. And finally, after Lenovo and Intel brought up this tournament, a lot of them have come out, and a lot of them got a platform to showcase their absolute best. The match is ready, so why don't we quickly go straight into the match after the message from our sponsors.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, we are all ready to dive straight in towards World's Edge. And Caribs, I feel as if we have got all the teams who are try to move in around of Epicenter and Skyhook, Countdown. We've got a team that are going to be diving straight in towards Lava Fisher as well, maybe. No one's heading over to Lava Fisher. They're still thinking about it, though. Yeah, I do see two teams trying to make their way over towards Lava Fisher. We've got a team moving over towards the Thermal Station, one moving over towards the Gazer. One already dropped down towards the Harvester, and another squad moving over towards the tree. So overall, pretty good spread among all of these squads, and I feel as if early fights are going to happen around Epicenter.
Yeah, a lot of these fights will happen everywhere. Well, let's see which one of these areas will engulf in flames first. And I do believe that it's going to be Overlook. Yeah, this is OP Skills. Keep in mind that these guys were participating in Qualifier 2 as well. And since they failed to qualify from that one, they're gonna be giving it another shot over here. And it seems like they've already found their first prey, as the Revenant in the form of Iron Man will finish off his opponent called Danger.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Do you remember? Iron Man used to main the Crypto, and now he has moved in over towards the Revenant. Interesting switch up right there, as we are going to be seeing OP Skills further taking on another one of the player. That is going to be the Caustic coming right in front of Black Wolf, and Black Wolf, well, he's just going to punch him down. He's like, well, I should not waste my bullets on you. Why don't I just punch you down?
Well, that is Team OP Skills getting control of Overlook all for themselves. I don't think there's any more opponents left in the area, and that's going to be it. They've got early kills and a good start to the tournament for them. Keep in mind that the last time they finished just inside of top 10, I mean, they had decent enough positions, but I think they were lacking a bit on kills in the previous qualifier. So them getting a good start now, you know, with the kills and everything, that just makes things a lot more easier. And Overlook is one of the easier places to rotate in from. Let's take a look at the circle. In fact, hold on. Forget the circle. We've got yet another fight on our hands. This time it's Team Sage, and they walk into that Void Timer ability from Seer. Let's see if these guys will be able to finish off their opponents. This fight is happening just outside of Thermal Station. And we saw one of the teams drop into Thermal Station, which means Team Sage over here has rotated in from another area, probably close to Harvester or some other place. And now that they've found their first spray, they're going to be chasing them. The scan reveals everybody inside of the house to the left. Team Moth, on the other hand, these guys are fighting in a completely different area against a completely different team. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we've got two fights going on. One just outside of Thermal Station, and one over here where Team Moth is in a little bit of danger as they've got only one player left, and they will fall to Kratos. He gets a double kill, Promi gets a third one, and Team Thermal Esports are the ones that wipe out Team Moth. Ooh, but a third team has arrived. All right, this could be interesting. They just got done looting. They have enough time to finish off healing. And by the time Enoch Gamers get in there, I think Team Tamil Esports will be prepared for this. Keep in mind, Team Tamil also have blue shields. And this heart chamber does not cover all of them. Oh, but everyone's burning alive. They're all inside this little dome. And the floor is lava. Very close combat battles right now. And it's going to be Team Tamil. They fall, and Enoch Gamers rise above.
Light ammo here.
3 teams went down in a matter of 3 minutes, and Enoch Gamers are the ones who third party in on this. Wasn't exactly a third party either, since they were late. But Assassin, we've got yet another battle as the action just does not end at all.
Yeah, once again, we are back to the Gibby trend, huh? Where everyone's just having a Gibraltar in their team. They're dropping down the shields as well. Enoch Gamers, it was a pretty interesting take. By the way, they had themselves all the perfect weapons for that fight that they took, right? It was quite nutty right there with the Peacekeeper and the Mastiffs. But yeah, unfortunately, Team Tamil Esports were not able to do much. They had a pretty good squad vibe though. I wish if they could have just had a little bit more space to work around. Unfortunately, Thermites, they just came in and got a lot of HP. Right now, popping off. They aren't actually popping off as they just lost Northern Breeze. Oh, Northern Breeze, Purge, and Startup Guy are playing and popping off. Interesting.
And these guys are fighting just outside of Overlook. I suspect this is the team that was, popping off in Overlook before, but it seems like it's going to be Startup Guy to save his teammates this time around, as they have successfully dealt with the team that was, participating from qualifier number 2 over here. We saw them fight in Overlook before, but now they've been dealt with. And it seems
that was
like,
OP Skills if I'm not sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, OP Skills will have to wait yet another game to pop off. pun intended. They've been waiting since qualifier number 2 to make this
Yeah.
work. But this time around, even after getting early kills in Overlook, they fall to Northern Breeze, Prudge, and Startup Guy. These guys are really, really good. And that's one team that you should be on the lookout for.
Oh, definitely. Especially Praj and his Octane plays. We are about to see the ring kind of, be right there at the center. I feel as if teams that are outside of the ring are slowly about to make their way in as well, because there's not a lot of time left out, like just a minute and a half to the first round to close in. On the other hand, Wasabi have a little bit of a problem here, as one of their players did go down. That is going to be Noot Noot. Noot Noot is once again going to fall despite being rezzed up as well. Wasabi have 2 more players left out, whereas 100 Ping are going to be the ones to go ahead and chase them down. Edit on top of that Revenant's ultimate. It's going to try and push on, but the Revenant's also is going to go off. But it's okay, though. It's completely fine. There's not a lot of problems. Still, they have got all 3 of their players up and alive and running. The portal is going to be opened up from the side of the other team, and they're just going to try and escape out of there.
Well, this battle has basically come to an end unless they decide to chase that Wraith. Don't think
There's
gonna
one more
be,
squad coming
possible,
behind them, by
though.
the way, trying to third party.
Yeah, but they might just be a little late to the party because this fight's already over unless 100 Ping decide to chase their opponents to the end of the earth. Now keep in mind that that Wraith has taken a jump tower. She portaled up to the jump tower and then took it, flies away to safety. Let's see if 100 Ping will chase them or will they continue just going around on their merry way. And they do approach the jump tower, but they find someone else over there. And it seems like that particular player is in a little bit of danger. No getting away from you. You can't even get upstairs. In fact, they're going to be showering all sorts of utility at them. Arc Stars, Reverent Silences, everything's going to be thrown at them. Virtual Hunter is trying to go around the rocks, trying to get a flanking angle from outside the ring. Let's see if this rotation is going to be successful or not. As they take the totem, they will be sent back to it. Outside the ring, you will be taking a lot of damage, but they can get in via the jump pads. Let's see which direction they decided to engage into. Clutch Ministers were the team that I believe was third-partying in on this one. So, yep, you were right, Assassin. They were getting third-partied, but Clutch Ministers decide to disengage from the fight and they get in the ring first. They'll find the other players eventually. Let's see if they run into 100 Ping again or not.
Maybe 100 Ping also have to make their way inside of the ring, right? So eventually later down the line, we might just see that happening. Skyhawks, on the other hand, are over here. They are trying to get something done. San Makam and Reverb. Reverb, I'm not really sure what he's trying to do, though. He's taking damage. I know for a fact that this is just the first ring. Won't do a lot of damage, but still. There's not a lot of resources that you guys have in your backpack, so maybe try and make your way into the ring. Oh, wow. There you go. Let's use the jump pad. They're going to fly their way in, and the Octane might just go down, by the way.
Yeah, he's going to use a syringe. It's okay. I think he'll survive.
No.
Oh, he did
went
not.
down. Yep.
Let's hope they've got heat shields. You know, I don't know. Are heat shields... little question from production. Are heat shields enabled in this game mode, in this tournament mode? They were taken off in ALGS, but I will need an answer. Oh, it looks like Clutch Ministers have an answer, and the answer is a face full of bullets. They won't even be allowed to heal as the micro drones will interrupt that battery. They're gonna have to fight naked right now as Enon Gamers, the team that was able to third party near a tree, and now they're holding just outside of it. They were hearing a lot of gunshots outside the ring, so they thought it's better to camp the edge, and they will be right about it. Let's see if they're able to win this one or not, as all that patience will be answered now, but these guys are getting showered by utility. All the Arc Stars is gonna make them a little vulnerable, but nice shot over here by Reverb, as he's able to catch one player off guard. Skyhawks, while they have just managed to get outside the ring, these guys are also fighting near the tree area. So there's 3 teams fighting for control of this area, and that's going to be it. One of the teams fell down right now at the hands of Skyhawk, and another one jumps in to take their place. The action just doesn't seem to end, as Skyhawks have way too much on their plate. Let's see if they've bitten off a bit more than they can chew or not. Oh!
Oh!
Rifle mid-air! That's what we like to see from the Gibraltar. That's one way to snipe, and that is some really, really pristine shots.
That was intense right there. The first shot did 69 damage, and then the second one just absolutely obliterated him. down to 78, and yeah, that was quite a tracking right there coming in from San. He's gonna try and get one more done. Oh, not really gonna be able to connect anything, so he's just gonna fall back. He knows for a fact that at a disadvantage right now in this fight. Now retreating is gonna be the better option. Maybe try and play at the edge. Just gonna try and circle the edge of the circle a little bit, and yeah, they might just be able to get themselves another fight here.
Enemy over there.
Team Wasabi seems pretty safe. At least they are not engaged in a three-way battle. They have one team pushing them right now, but that team, yeah, I don't know if they can stay safe against it, especially since they're only a two-man roster.
Yeah, for now, popping off. They have got their Revenant ults in, and oops. Revenant L's, they might just run out before they even try and take a fight. Yeah, there you go. You're going to be seeing a team just coming straight in towards the side of popping off, and there you go, Class. They're going to find that totem, and ooh, interestingly, we're going to be seeing them using up that totem themselves.
Yeah, Clutch Ministers used their own totem and then destroyed it so that popping off are not in death protection anymore. The first wave, however, has been sent back, which means Clutch Ministers, everything that they did so far to get an advantage has been nullified. And popping off, they're back to square one. They were chasing one of the teams over here, but I do believe that they have bigger problems to deal with for now.
Popping off hasn't had the best of the start, don't you think? I mean, considering their performance and their previous results, would expect them to go ahead and pop heads, but nah, they haven't had the best of the start. Maybe just a warm-up game, huh?
I mean, the battle isn't over yet. Maybe they'll be able to clutch this one out. They're currently just stuck in a very long-range battle, and long-range battles are just a way to get rid of all your resources. Need to end one of these fights soon, or maybe disengage if they don't want to run out of heals. Meanwhile, Clutch Ministers are in a little bit of trouble. They're still fighting popping off, but take a look at what Northern Breeze is doing. He's going for some big moves. He's going to place a portal close to the area where Clutch Ministers are, and then he can use this to go back and forth. In fact, he's not even going to do that. That portal is just a bait as they're trying to disengage from this area. But now some other team is targeting them. It's going to be Skyhawks. So they're running away from the fight with Clutch Ministers, but they run into Skyhawks instead. At this point, popping off is still safe. None of them have lost their lives, and I think they might have just successfully managed to get away. But still, they're not completely out of danger yet.
And Skyhawks, they are just going to try and hold on to this house, this piece of real estate that they have. This is going to let they're just going to let popping off go away into another fight. Plain T. Where did these guys come up with these names, man? Interesting. Plain T.
Well, let's hope they can hit some plain headshots. Just vanilla, no complications, straight up kills. They've left their Horizon over here as an anchor so that she can hold off the team in front of them while the other two players continue to explore behind her. The Rushers, they were the team that were looking to engage with this one, but for now, they just have to deal with one player. Little do they know that the other players have actually decided to approach and explore other opportunities in case they decide to escape.
Oh, that squad is approaching, by the way, and Cooper is going to be a little bit of a problem. So open up a portal right now. He's going to use the Rift Energy, and with that, he's going to open up a portal so that his entire team can move out of that area without any issues whatsoever. At the same time, it's also a passage for the openings themselves. They can also, if possible, get a knock and then just take the portal, rush right in, get another knockout, and a squad right across.
Plain T chasing the Rushers. They've successfully managed to chase down everyone who's taking the portal, and they're confirming the kills too. Will they go in and destroy everyone else who's present over there? Seems like they won't to be thirsty for kills anymore, as Plain T have one more team in their crosshairs. In fact, make it two, as they're seeing players come in from every direction. This is the third circle, and this is when the area available for the teams to stay inside becomes very, very scarce, and everyone's going to be scrambling for real estate. Let's see if any of these teams start to get a better position.
Oh.
Still Keylers, they're just going to get away from this one. They had a defensive bombardment raining upon them, but now they got to go elsewhere. Well, they escaped temporarily. I just hope they don't run into a completely different team from that place.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen, though, because if that happens, then it's going to be a little bit of a upset moment for them as well, because not only did they use that Valkyrie ultimate, they did announce their presence, but yeah, it's going to be something, though. I wish that they're going to be able to hold on. On the other hand, Booms, he has got himself Rampage with a 2 times each combo. Interesting.
At this point, this is just suppressive fire. They're just trying to keep that team at the edge of the circle. Well, they're not inside the safe zone yet, but the other team is kind of screwed even more because they're literally trapped in between the ring and that box. A jump pad escape. Will it be successful? They try to pick them off mid-air, but it seems like they land in the open ground. A Gibraltar bubble comes through to protect them. They will go beyond it, but the shots aren't connecting. Team Sage, they will not be able to stop their opponents. Oh, no! That team has run into a completely different squad. And this is just so problematic. Will Team Sage fall them? I hope they don't, because that is a massive 3-way battle that you do not want to be a part of. You're gonna have to get into this position at some time or the other. You're gonna have to go around the mountain. So you can either choose to go where the fights are happening or go away from it.
So yeah, FP3, the Sarah team falls. I feel as if he's going to try and get something done here. It's the Octane, he has used the Stim, and he has successfully made his way into safety behind some cover. Booms, on the other hand, with the Sentinel, is trying to get something done as well. But yeah, I feel as if he's not going to be able to hit anything with the Sentinel. He's got no shield cells as well to go ahead and charge it up. Rev it up a little bit so that there's a little bit more chance of him going ahead and landing a shot. But yeah, full spread. They are going to have a little bit of a problem. S3, who I did tell you managed to escape, is now going to be finding himself in a 1 versus 3 situation where another squad is trying to chase him as well. He's already got himself 2 frags, so not bad. Full spread. With the non-9 and a G7 scout, I feel as if 3 is not going to be too much. But never mind. Forget all of that. He's got himself a little to no HP left as well. Is going to be caustic to go ahead and take him down. Wasabi awaiting here. They are going to try and get something done as well.
Defensive bombardment on Tom, and this guy was the entire avenue of entry into the circle. All the teams over here are gonna be stunned with this one, but Wasabi, they take cover onto the rail tracks to keep themselves alive. I think they've dealt with every one of these encroachers, but there is still one more. And the black hole is online. Let's see if there's any more ordnance to follow up on the back of it. They're trying to use the Gravers up close as possible, but it seems like it's just causing so much confusion. At least the Gibraltar bubble will keep them safe for now, and they need to find the opponents once again. They have a Valkyrie and a Horizon against them. Up close and personal, can they hit the shots with the Kraber? The Valkyrie is just so evasive with her VTOL jets. Wasabi are struggling. They have a lot of spice. Let's see if they can sprinkle some of it into the eyes of their opponents and cause some distraction, as they are now the ones being gate-kept. The tables have turned. At one point, Wasabi was responsible for holding off a lot of people coming into the circle, but now they are the ones in trouble, and they need to make their way inside. But luckily, they don't have to go too far. Circle? Not that far away from them, so they only need to go ahead 50-something meters, but they need to be careful because there is team popping off right underneath them. Where did they come from? A surprise assault, and that's going to be the end of Phoenix. The man who was wielding the Sentinel, at least his teammate is still alive with the Kraber. Let's see if they can find him or not. And while all of this is happening, Plane T is hiding underneath the train tracks. They're trying to rat their way to safety. Let's see if they can stay away from the prying eyes of popping off.
Well, popping off in terms of the ultimate, I feel as if Northern Breeze still has to wait a little bit for the Rift Energy to be ready. Startup guy has already got the Death Totem available, so if they actually spot out a squad, I feel as if popping off are going to go ahead and take that fight instead of running away. They'll try and take that fight. They're going to try and eliminate as many squads as possible, rack up as many kill points as possible for the championship. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and find out that solo player, the name of God of War. Gonna go ahead and get taken down as well. That popping off are gonna spot out the Octane as well from that team. And hold on a second, this is a completely different team altogether. Popping off, gonna be on the dead protection, as I did tell you. Kraber and the EVA 8 on the Northern Breeze. I'm not really sure if it's gonna help them out. The EVA 8 is definitely gonna help them out, by the way, close range. But the Kraber close range,
Still comes a shot with the Kraber, but yep, you're right. Stark Incarnate versus popping off. This is going to be a battle for the ages as they are tanking the Thermite Grenade damage, hoping that they'll be able to pop their bats, and they've been successful so far. The Elcars are blow shred inside the blue containers, and that's going to be the end of team popping off. And Stark Incarnate, they can now retreat the Kraber. Oh, but the action doesn't end. There's another team trying to push them at the edge of the circle. This is a suicide move at this point in Stark Incarnate. They hold off the third party, and they will have the entire border of the circle for themselves. This is actually not that bad of a spot. 4 teams alive. They've got hard cover. They need to move out of here in 30 seconds, which honestly is enough time considering how close this game is going to be. There's one team underneath the train tracks. Rebirth also underneath the train tracks, but on the other side. And then on the other side of that tree-like structure thingy, I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, that's where Edith and his teammates reside. So let's see what's going to happen. Micro drones will spot out the 2 remaining players of the one underneath. But Stark Incarnate have the high ground over here over everybody else. Unfortunately, high ground also means that you don't have too much hard cover, so they're going to have to play around these little boxes that are on top of the train tracks.
Whether that they also have to use this kind of a terrain that they're being gifted right now. And oh, Destroyer spot out a player. Is open fire as well. He's not gonna wait. There's no sorts of trigger discipline that is gonna move over there. He's just gonna straight up see the body. He's gonna straight up start firing as well. The open inside Bloodhound has gotten a sonar scan, and he has got information on all 3 of these players.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Stark Incarnate. Gonna throw in an Arcstar as well. They know where exactly these players are. They're just under the bridge. And Skyhawks are also taking a fight right here.
Yeah, but Skyhawks might have bigger problems to do, but right now they're engaged in a battle against Stark Incarnate, but there will be other teams coming in from behind them. Well, they don't have to deal with that problem anymore. One of the teams has just died underneath, so Skyhawks will only need to deal with Stark Incarnate, but Stark Incarnate are busy. They can hear all the gunshots, they can see them fighting, the kill feeds popping off, and we have Stark Incarnate on such a massive killing spree. They need to hold off both these teams attacking at the same time, and they find themselves a little moment of disengagement, a brief moment of opportunity. Can they capitalize on it? He tried to go for a very sneaky respawn, but I think I will be unsuccessful. And now the players trapped behind the cliff have no choice but to come inside, otherwise the ring will swallow them whole. But they're getting plucked off mid-air. They're going bird hunting. And Stark Incarnate, who knew that Tony Stark creates weapons that are useful for animal hunting, but at this point it's just a battle of shotguns. People have run out of ammo and they're trying to go for the punches and the kicks. It's turned into a boxing match of sorts. A shotgun and a boxing glove. What else do you need but a perfect finish? There's a reason Tony Stark added his quelling blades and punching gloves into the iron armor. Friday, that's what he calls it. He designed that armor after he fought off Captain America, but who knew that Stark Incarnate will be using this in a completely different tournament of Apex Legends? Well, if it isn't, the men of Iron themselves.
That's right. I mean, Stark Incarnate, they go ahead and finish things off in style as well. As soon as 3 squads were left out in the server, I kind of had an idea as to, like, Stark Incarnate had the better weapons. They had a better positioning as well, and the way they were approaching each and every fight was pretty strategic. We're going to be taking a quick look at everything and relive all of those moments when the match outlets are going to be ready as well. But Karibs, I feel as if, the squad that was just opposite to Stark Incarnate in that final 1v1, they kind of were quite unfortunate, don't you think? I mean, the entire way Stark Incarnate took that fight as well. I feel as if position was something that was working out on the side of Stark Incarnate. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely Stark Incarnate had the better position over here. They were able to deal with team popping off, and because they had the fences to cover themselves from all the other, prying teams, they were able to keep themselves safe for the starting few seconds of that last ring. And because of that, they had enough time to heal themselves up, get back to full HP, get all the weapons, pick up better weapons too, and pick up a lot of ordnance from the dead boxes of popping off. They had an unlimited supply. Generally, they had thermites, they had arcstars, nades, you name it, they have it. So having control of that fence region got them the safety net that they needed. But after that, they were eventually pushed out. And the only thing that they had to work with was the high ground, which is good because they were able to keep most of the teams buried underneath the train tracks. And that's where their final resting grave was as well. So really good job by Stark Incarnate. They identify the win condition. They keep the better positions for themselves and keep suppressing everyone who tries to poke their head out of that train track. It's like playing a game of whack-a-mole. Every time someone pops up, you hammer it back down. Except instead of the molds, it's their opponents, and instead of the whacking machine or whatever the arcade machine you had in your childhood, it's the train tracks. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Stark Incarnate, they definitely knew what they were doing, and they knew for a fact that their positioning is going to grant them all of these kills. They're going to keep all of these other teams in check while they're trying to resurface back on towards the bridge position and whatnot, or the train tracks. But I feel as if the side of Stark and Connett did a fantastic job right there. Not only by taking down one of the best squads in the server that is popping off, but also by taking down all the other teams as well. And they had a style, they had a plan, they had a game plan dropping down, which is very, very important in a battle royale game. The match highlights are ready, so why don't we quickly jump straight into towards the match highlights and take a quick look at exactly what happened in that match, where we did have the side of OP Skills who managed to take down one squad, and also they did it in style. We're seeing quite a compositional change coming out from the side of OP Skills, by the way. They are no longer the squad that we did witness in Qualifier 2. On the other hand, Moth against the side of Team Tamil Esports, they had a pretty interesting fight right here. Both of these squad, they fought tooth and nail to gain control over this real estate, but then they were Enoch Gamers quick to the reply, and they went ahead, threw in a couple of termites, and at the same time used the Peacekeeper and the Masters to go ahead and get themselves a squad wipe on towards Team Tamil Esports. So that was a pretty interesting fight right there. Enoch Gamers, they went ahead and got that done. And then comes the entry of one of the best squads of the server, and that is popping off. Well, they did not have the best debut. Crips, two of their players went down, and it was a startup guy who had to go ahead and revive both of them. They did manage to, fight it out over here. By the way, startup guy did manage to take down that final player, picked up both of his comrades, and with that, they further looted and made their way in over towards the next position that they took for another fight. Over here, Wasabi somehow they managed to make their way out of here, but yeah, a lot of resources were dispensed in order to make that escape possible as well. One of which was the portal, and then they made their way in over towards the ropes, if I'm not wrong, the rope launcher, and they made their way in over towards the circle inside of the ring. 100 ping, on the other hand, Krebs, they kind of questioned that play that they made right there. But yeah, I'm not really sure still why the Octane from the side of 100 ping did get knocked out. That costed them quite a lot of time as well moving into the ring.
This fight over here was so messy. Like, you've got Skyhawks, Enoch Gamers, and two more squads that are just trying to get inside the circle, but Skyhawk was successful in gatekeeping the majority of them. But some stragglers, they seep through. That's okay. That keeps on happening every now and then. But because there's so many players over here, we got to see a lot of interesting fights as well. And some really cool charge rifle shots. Very soon we'll see a shot which connects midair. And yeah, that was the one I was talking about as he took down Bexy. Really good stuff by the Team Skyhawks over there, as even though they did get eliminated early on, they were able to get themselves quite a lot of kills in the process of doing so. They also were able to destroy the Dead Totem. I'm sorry, that was not Skyhawks, that was Clutch Ministers. They were the ones who destroyed the Dead Totem of popping off and created a couple of problems for them. But eventually those two fights were also relevant because popping off was able to deal with them. The Russians unfortunately got rushed themselves. So yeah, that was the saga of the ring number 3. So many teams being gate kept. Sometimes the teams try to outmaneuver each other and get ahead of the other one so that they would be the ones gatekeeping and not getting gate kept instead. So yeah, every time somebody tries to make a maneuver around the ring, they try to go for the unorthodox pathways as well. Like, for example, you just saw that particular Octane dropping off from the skies. One of those high ground passages is the key to getting into the ring safely. But as we approach the end of the game, this fight is going to be very crucial over here. At this point, you can see the train track, which is basically the staging area of this entire fight. And once popping off had the fence area near the supply bins over here, this area became so crucial because popping off held it off. But later on, Stark and Carnage came in over here and they got control of this region. And because of that, they had the advantage going into the rest of the game as well.
Oh yeah, completely. The way Stark and Carnage went ahead and got themselves that entire squad wipe and then made their way in on top of the train tracks as well to find out another team that took the jump pad and tried to make their way inside of the zone. Unfortunately, they just got taken down by the Masters and the R301s. The Master right here on the hands of Destroyer just destroyed their entire squad, and with that, we saw them go ahead and finish off the Octane as well, and with that, going ahead and putting up that champion title to their name. Stark and Carnage did a pretty good job right there by getting that win right off the bat in Qualifier 3 finals, and they have set themselves in a really, really good way. Now, let's take a quick look at the match standings and see how many points did Stark Incarnate rack up after that messy fight right there on top of the train tracks. That is 29 total points, 17 kill points, and 12 placement points. It's just insane, Crips.
Yeah, that is definitely insane. Stark Incarnate, they have many more kill points than the actual placement points, and this 30, almost 30 kill game is massive. It's going to boost them quite a lot in the overall standings as well. Then we have teams like Plain T and Skyhawks, the two teams that were responsible for gatekeeping a lot of people near the edge, especially Skyhawks and Plain T. Although Plain T got away with a majority of the kills, Skyhawk was able to keep themselves alive for the later segments of the game, only to be taken down by Stark Incarnate as Skyhawks was trapped underneath the rail tracks, popping off at 6 kills, which means they were able to squad wipe 2 teams, and because of that they have a decent number of points, but that's nothing compared to the massive number that Stark Incarnate have put up.
I mean, Stark Incarnate, 29 points already, and they're going to be placing themselves at the first spot in the overall standings. It's going to be ready really soon, and we're going to be seeing that come up on our screens. But for now, though, it is going to be the side of popping off. We are also going to be seeing OP skills, Still Killers, Team Tamil Esports, Skyhawks, Plain T. All of these teams, they are going to go ahead and show us a little bit more of what they've got in store, by the way. OP skills, we have already seen what they can do, but I feel as if moving into towards Qualifier 3, they have, improved a little bit more. They have changed the entire composition and things are looking quite doable now. Teams like Task Force, again, if you don't remember, Task Force were there in Qualifier 2. They did not show up after day 1, by the way. And today they did show up, but I don't think so that they're going to keep on going like this. But if they do, I'll be more than happy with that as well. Looking forward to seeing Task Force till the last game of Qualifier 3 finals as well. But yeah, for now, that is going to be match 1 standings for you guys. I'm going to be seeing a lot of promotion and relegation happening throughout, as we are going to be jumping straight in towards match 2. Match 2 is ready. So, yep, after the message from our sponsors, let's dive straight into it.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again with match 2 for the day. World's as it is, and we already are going to be seeing a team moving over towards the Climatizer. And one team is headed straight in towards Lava City. Another squad headed over towards Harvester. And where exactly are the boys from the side of Team Popping Off? Because really want to see where exactly they dropped down, and they moved in over towards the Fragment East this time around, though. So yeah, interestingly, Fragment is pretty empty today, and wow, that's something that you don't see every day, right? Fragment is a place which is kind of like a hot drop, and most of the teams tend to drop down over there, take early fights, get a lot of loot, and upgrade their shields by taking the fights, and yeah, move on from there towards Harvester or wherever the circle is. But this time, talking about the circle, it's gonna be right there at the center top. So, yeah, kind of like at the center, but towards the top. There's going to be Epicenter, Fragment West, Fragment East, even Countdown, everything falling under inside of the first ring. And most of the teams that headed down over towards the thermal stations and the Lava City, they need to make quick decisions right now. On the other hand, Team Tamil Esports already taking the fire, by the way. Shots have been fired, and I feel as if the side of Team Tamil Esports try and loot up a little bit more. They've got Prowlers and Hemlocks. At least Restaurant has that. And yep, it's going to be the side of Tamil Esports to spot out that player. The player's going to be down. The Gibby shield is going to be down. And wow, the Gibby's going to try and go in for that that finisher. as well. There's going to be Promi to be going down. Where exactly are Promi's teammates is the question right now. As Team Tamil Esports, especially the Gibby, he has got his shield upgraded to the blues by doing the amount of damage that he's supposed to. Finish it as well. And then the rest of the two are going to try and find loot as well. Was that the only player, by the way, that dropped in around Team Tamil Esports? I feel as if Promi was the only player that dropped in towards Team Tamil Esports, because not spot anyone out.
Well, do you expect any early game fights to go down in Fragment? Are there any teams over here?
Actually, no. It's just popping off quite over towards the fragments, and that is kind of unfortunate because we kind of tend to see Fragment being flooded by all of these teams, right? But
Yeah.
it feels as if all of these teams are trying to just, chill out a little bit at the start, later down the line, get a proper loot, and then fight. But Team Tamil Esports, they've already made their way over towards Fragment West now. And the Syra team popping off from Fragment East, they made their way towards Fragment West, trying to loot up. Now they're going to be getting on each other's crosshairs.
Well, this fight's happening in Skyhook. Let's see if these teams are able to win this one. Skyhook and Fragment might look similar because of the urban finishes, but the vibe is very different. The gap in between the buildings is massive in Skyhook. So going from one compound to the other becomes a little bit of a difficulty.
Oh, actually,
Mutants
never
too.
mind, yeah. Yep. Kind of looks very similar, though, not gonna lie. But yeah, the terrain is kind of different right here. So, yep. There you go. Fight and Fragment right here as popping off. They are gonna go ahead and take on a team here. Which team is that exactly? But popping off is a lot of damage. And oh, Northern Beast is already down. This time around, the Northern Beast is not playing the Wraith. He's playing the Gibby. This is on the Octane, and Startup Guy's gonna go down. Praj left out with a Wingman and an R99. Pretty sure if he's gonna be able to do much. Oh, is the Cyrus team Stark Incarnate? The champions who are directly challenging the champions on towards Fragment.
Yeah, but unfortunately, popping off walked into a bunch of thermite grenades. That basically led to their demise. Let's see if they can recover from this one or not. They've already lost one of their teammates. Grudge desperately trying to stay alive, running away. He will be able to upgrade to blue shields as he descends from the tower. But I think he's just going to spit it due to his teammates and get out of here. Stark and Garnet stay alive with all three players. Meanwhile, Grudge has lost his teammates. And I don't think that these guys, their banners will be recoverable. So I think that's going to be it from the side of team popping off. Unless Grudge manages to pull off a 200 IQ rescue mission.
Okay. Did I just see Rashon using the ult?
Yeah, but he cancelled it. I mean, there's no use for it right
He
now.
immediately cancelled it, right? Yeah.
There may be a shooter nearby.
No, there might be use of it right now because the Raid's passive ability warns Rashon that there is somebody aiming at him. And of course, up on top of this building in Skyhook, you can scan the next ring. So you can decide whether you want to fight here or not, or just want to leave it
back.
up until the next one.
Crypto's back. Is it Iron Man running the Crypto once again? Or is it someone else? We have to wait and watch who exactly is the Crypto player. And yep, it is Iron Man. There you go. The guy is back. We've got Iron Man back on the Crypto, guys. So yeah, really happy to see him keeping the Crypto alive in all of these games.
Let's see if they're able to pull this one off or not. Fight in Skyhook now starting. Tamil Esports, they're engaging. There are quite a lot of distance between them and their opponent's squads. And their opponents are split in between two buildings. Is this a three-way battle of sorts? Because I see people trying to shoot on the other side as well. Oh, Black Hole committed, but they're trying to get away from this one. Rashon can wide edge away from this one, but there's a defensive bombardment dropped as well. So a lot of ultimates being used in this fight, but still no knocks just yet. They're just trying to corner their opponents, hopefully cut off their escape routes, and then catch all of them at the same time. Yes, this definitely is going to be a problem for the side of Tamil Esports as they're starting to run out of their medicines. They're starting to run out of ammo, and they haven't really, achieved much over here.
Definitely, Team Tamil Esports are a little bit of a problem right now. Haven't really got a lot going on in that fight. They definitely are going to try to do more. The Arcstar is going to be going down, and whoa. Did he miss the Arcstar? Kind of did, I feel like.
Flinty is just using ordnance, explosive ordnance rather, to keep the side of their opponents at bay. They're just on the roof of this building, and they're doing something similar to what happened between popping off and Strike Incarnate last time around. They used the burnt ground approach on top of the building, and using Ultra Thermite grenades, they keep their players on the bottom floors while they continue to heal up and get back on full HP.
Yeah, Plenty. They're gonna go ahead and heal up, as you did mention, and I feel like they're not gonna engage unless and until the side of Team Family Sports actually comes straight into their crosshairs. Just gonna try and hold on over towards the rooftops right now. And yeah, there you go. They are gonna go ahead and engage. Wow, interesting indeed. Because they've got everyone healed up, and they know for a fact that the side of Team Family Sports has a little bit of a problem. We're seeing the Viates coming out as well. The R301s, they got the bullets. It's gonna be Ming to go ahead and get himself that wipe as well.
Tamil esports have been wiped out though. Plain T, they'll live to fight another day. And for now, they can continue sipping their heals and maybe even the TN docking. On the other side of the map, we've got the Russians once again in trouble. This fight is happening just outside the Harvester, and they're trying to get away from this area, but he's trapped underneath. Still Keelers. Clever wordplay over there. They're trying to make sure that they can steal all the shields, while a third party in the form of Enoch Gamers has arrived.
Now gamers every single time have been that squad that tends to come in a little bit late, but they managed to get that squad vibe. Let's see if this time around though, if they can do something what they did last time with the side of Team Tamil Esports and our gamers. They're gonna ask their seer, that is Pickle Rick, to go ahead and scan that area, and they've got all three of these players right here tucked into the corner. So we got a board to try and engage with the flat line. Not got a lot of heavy ammo, by the way, so he needs to be very careful when he's trying to go in for that spray down, whereas the L-Star is going to come in as well. Going to be seeing Pickle Rick trying to get that frag, but no! Two of the players have already fallen down, and it's going to be all out of God of War in a 1-versus-1 situation. But all these players are going to try and block off the entrance right here. God of War is just going to be like, well, alright then, if you don't want me to enter, I'm just going to go ahead, recharge my shields, come in from the other way around, and never mind, there you go. He's gonna keep on going, and finally that Seer is gonna try and move in, but no, the Seer is just using his knocked out comrades, his knockdown shield, in order to go ahead and win out that fight, and he does.
Very messy affair. This is a tug of war of sorts happening on the doorway, and the knockdown shields being used as cover. It's always a little questionable, because sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it works in the opponent's favor. But still, Keelers will be able to survive for now. All 3 kills going to Cacodemon. A little bit of a Doom reference over there. For those of you who have played Doom, you will appreciate the name Cacodemon. And even though they are not that threatening of an opponent in the other game, but in Apex, this guy definitely is someone to look out for, as he is kill leader for now with 3 in his bag.
Got troublemakers right here. We're in a little bit of a trouble themselves as they are outside of the ring, but the zone is just right around the corner, so they can easily make their way in as well. Just trying to loot up a little bit more, whereas right here, Task Force, the team that I told you we have to sort of look out for, because the last time they did heat out, I mean, they did not show up as well for day 2 and day 3. But today they are here for day 1, and they are trying to do something. They have put up like 2 points, if I'm not wrong, after the first game. So let's see if in the second match, as right now, they are able to do something or not. They've got a pretty good loot though. I'm not really sure what's with all the octanes and the wingman with the boosted loaders and whatnot, but yeah, there is a little bit of a connection right there. Because if you do remember, the last time we had a player who refused to walk out of the wingman and the EVA 8. Which player was that? I forgot the name. If I do remember, I'll let you know.
Oh, well, you don't need to remember right now, because Task Force are the ones who are doing everything that they can to finish off their opponents. They have spotted them out, and unfortunately, they don't have any jump pads just yet to get to them. No death protection available as well, so they're just gonna have to go in on the basis of their explosive ordnance and the caustic ultimate. They'll already knock 1 player down. They need to find the others. Will they be able to find them, or have they already escaped into the ring? They don't know yet, and neither do we. Task Force, it's gonna be a mystery for them by the time they get inside. They will be able to get back up on their HP, but as soon as they get inside, someone all the way from Fragment is shooting them. Oh my god, it's Omega Kuda with the triple take too, so he's managed to secure it from the care package.
Interesting. The Beast of the Hunt is activated, by the way, from the side of Clutch Minister. And Flixie. Well, we have seen Flixie before, by the way, and this time around, though, he has partnered up with Sneeze and Scorpion. And he's playing on the side of Clutch Ministers for Qualifiers. Oh, the bombardment and the Arcstar as well on top of that. He's gonna do quite a lot of damage, and Scorpion, well, he's bleeding right now. He'll try and get a syringe in, but it's just gonna be a little bit too late. Flixie's Beast of the Hunt runs out and he gets knocked out as well. There goes Scorpion. It's gonna be all out of Sneezy's live. Sneezy gonna be able to do something. That's gonna use the shield battery, go ahead and recharge his shields. But in a 1 versus 3 situation, I'm not really sure what exactly he can do. Actually, wait a second. Is it a 1 versus 6? The Troublemakers have made their way in from the bridge as well.
Yeah, Troublemakers definitely looking to deal too much damage. The nades are on point. They knock out Excited. And that's gonna be the end of one of these teams over here. More to follow as they can now see the first team that entered this fight jump across the pool of lava onto the other side of Fragment. They used the Dome Shield as cover for a bit. Have they destroyed the jump pad? If not, then I think Troublemakers can follow up using the same jump pad. Clutch Ministers have managed to escape far now, but Task Force and these guys are hot on their heels. Let's see if Clutch Ministers will be able to get their HP back up before their opponents arrive over here or not. They don't take the jump pad just yet, which means they just bought themselves a little bit of time. Troublemakers not too hot on their heels anymore, but they have finished off the fallen members.
Sneezy, quite an adventurous take right here to go ahead and pick up the card for Flixie. He's gonna go ahead and get that respawn in as well. We've seen Flixie back, so for the players from the Star Team Clutch Ministers, they are gonna be back in full force. Troublemakers, on the other hand, they are making quite a big rotation right here, and another team has used up their sonar scan. Troublemakers are about to engage into another squad. Top the cliff.
What a massive high ground advantage for their opponents. And it seems like Troublemakers will be at the receiving end of all the explosive utility being thrown down from the high ground. It's very difficult to defend against this because your cover will not be enough. Somehow they managed to get away from their opponents, putting a little bit of distance in between them and Dream Esports. Let's see if Dream Esports get off their high horse and chase them downstairs. But even if they don't get downstairs, the defensive bombardment is going to destroy most of their HP. It's even going to kill Prommel. So yeah, Troublemakers, they managed to get out of trouble. And they destroy Dream Esports' dream of keeping a 3-man roster intact.
So yeah, with that, the side of Team Troublemakers are about to open up a portal right now. It's going to be Danger to go ahead and open up that portal so that they can quickly, you know, just take on this squad right here from 2 angles. So right now, Danger is going to engage, and then, you know, he can just easily make an escape using that exact same portal that he opened up as well.
It's turning out to be a little bit of a stalemate. Troublemakers don't have all that protection, but their opponents do. Let's see if they're able to cancel out that protection or not. Oh, the first wave has landed. 1 player sent back. 1 more to follow on the back of this. Can they survive this one? They have a little bit of time before the second wave arrives, but I don't know if timing is something that they need. They need to be wary of a third party as well. This fight is taking too long, and with the circle this small and 12 teams still alive, they will definitely be inviting a couple of other teams into the party. And just like I said, the third party has indeed arrived. Steinino on the verge of getting knocked down, but he takes cover underneath the bridge, and Troublemakers need to disengage. They cannot stay outside any longer. Team Wasabi has arrived over here.
Wow, Wasabi. They are on top of the cliff as well, and well, they are engaging on towards 18. Especially 2 hostiles are going to be detected inside of that scan. Peanut using the flatline, trying to tap away. Interesting taps coming in from Peanut. Quite precise, but the fact is that the side of Team Wasabi, either they go in hot right now, take down that squad and move in from here, or they just keep on holding on to the cliff. There are 2 decisions to be made.
Wasabi, they have a decent position in the circle right now. They've got a decent amount of cover. They've got
Oh,
reasonable high ground. But yeah, will they be able to stay over here? Because there are teams who are approaching them. 11 squads still alive, and they just got scanned by 3 different squads. So they need to pick their poison. Clutch Ministers over here are in a little bit of trouble as they're getting surrounded by so many players at the same time. And that's going to be it. Task Force and the Clutch Ministers. They all survive with barely any HP left, but hey, they're at least able to get the squad wipe.
Yep. Half the squads remain now in the server, and I feel Wasabi, they are gonna go ahead and get that entire squad wiped in about a second. As the defensive bombardment comes in, and on top of that, the Bloodhound also just climbs on top of the cliff, and he gets himself that frag. Fizz, on the other hand, tried to do something quite adventurous as he just jumps in on top of the cliff and tries to go in for that spray down, but unfortunately not going to be able to stay alive, and he gets knocked down. Gets picked up as well, so there's nothing to be worried about. The side of Wasabi, they're still up and alive, and they are looking to give trouble to the side of Troublemakers, who are in turn giving a trouble to another squad. Actually, 4 hostiles are going to be detected. The Beast of the Hunt is going to be activated in Noob Life. Or was it, what is it? Newbie LK? Whatever it is. He's going to try and get himself a frag as well. Danger. Running the Wingman and the EVA 8. Gives me a little bit of a flashback though, but that guy had an insane aim. Not really sure about Danger though.
Troublemakers have just managed to push back one of the teams from that area, which means they just cleared some more ground for themselves. The more area they capture, the less danger they will be in because the teams are far away from them. Stark Incarnate, they recognize this snake compound. And if they can get control of this one, that will be a massive building that they will now be inside. And with this, they have access to both sides of the circle, which means they not only have cover, but they also have control and information. A long-range EVA shot to kill Virtual Hunter. Balanced. Stark Incarnate racking up their kill point as they just managed to secure the first entrance of this building, but they know that there's one more team at the end of this one. They're not going to send everything inside. In fact, they just have Gloria over here, and he's going to be using all that he can to push the other team away, but no, they use the outskirts of the doorway to flank them. And Stark and Gunner now have to fight a war on 2 fronts. That nade connects directly the Arcstar straight onto Vexenor, and that's going to be the end of him. The Isle-Star also melting, and Stark Incarnate, they have to race against the ring, race their opponents to the edge of that blue trailer where there's already an Octane in wait, and he tries to escape, and he's going to run away for now. Stark Incarnate inching their way into the circle slowly and slowly, avoiding danger with every step that they take, every decision that they make. This is definitely no fake as they are going in to take control of that bus, and with that, they are safe.
Damn. Quite a lot of rhymes right there. Today, Crips might just go ahead and drop a rap album.
Well, it's definitely better than dropping the ball. Ball that opponents dropped over here. They had the advantage. They were able to gatekeep Stark Incarnate, but they failed.
But hey, Stark Incarnate, they're looking pretty and done good right here in this position that they're holding on to inside of the bus. And oh, there comes an Arcstar from Plane T. Is that gonna hit though? I don't think so. There's no one inside of that bus. Whereas on the other hand, Troublemakers, on top of the vantage point, they're watching everything. They're watching everything that is happening right now. They've got themselves 2 caustic battles as well.
So Troublemakers on top of the cliff. You got Stark Incarnate inside the blue trailer. Where are the other 2 teams? There is a team inside each of the white buildings, but those 2 teams will just have to stay where they are right now. Eventually, the circle will meet somewhere in the open, and of course, the high ground will definitely be something that Troublemakers can use to their advantage, but eventually they'll have to relinquish it and go downstairs. Which one of these teams will they end up fighting first? That's going to be the bigger question over here as the fights downstairs have started to erupt. One team gets eliminated, Newt and Peanuts hit the ground, and teams are falling like flies. We just went from 7 teams to 5 teams in a matter of seconds, and Stark Incarnate's Octane, in the form of Gloria, has just managed to become kill leader. Gloricia. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that name, but he's already used up his Gibraltar bubble, which means he won't have any more trouble. Or rather, I think I might have said it a bit too soon, as they are safe underneath this compound. There's a team right above them, there's a team in front of them, and they need to pick their poison first.
Well, not really sure about the poison though, but yeah, for now though, they're definitely going to be picking up all of the grenades that they have, and they're going to throw it straight over towards the other building, but the zone, it's kind of just pushing them inside of that. Yep, they're trapped. They're completely surrounded, and Stark and Khanid, they know this. They're aware about this. They've got Rahman, who is their bloodhound, who is going to go ahead and scan it up as well, is going to give the information. On the other hand, we're going to be seeing Stark and Khanid inside of their own Gibraltar shield, but there comes the side of Team Plainty, and they're here to get taken down.
Stark and Garnet somehow managed to keep themselves safe for now, but Plainty wants to change that. This is a massive battle. It's down to a 1v1, and Stark and Garnet will be able to win 2 games in a row.
Not again.
What a way to clutch this one out. They did not have the advantage. Troublemakers were on top. You had Plainty just above them, and a completely different team in front of them. So Plainty and Stark and Garnet combined their forces to take down one of the teams in front of them. And after Plainty got trapped inside, Troublemakers jumped on top of them, but it does not bother Stark and Garnet at all. And they were just able to steamroll over every opposition.
Stark and Khanid, the way they just keep themselves alive till the very end, and the way they use their resources and their abilities as well, is something to be looked after for the other teams. Because the fact that they had the entire shield left out, they had the scans which were done to perfection in that final fight. It was all so well done, and again, they managed to find themselves in a position where they have the upper ground. They knew that the zone is about to push them away, push them out of that building. So Stark and Khanid, they were quick to quickly go ahead and take that vantage point, put down a Gibby shield, because they know for a fact that these guys have to rush straight into it as well in order to survive from the ring. But yeah, Stark and Khanid, once again, doing an amazing job, getting 2 champion titles to their name consecutively. Maybe a hat trick as well, you never really know. Only match 3 will tell us that. But for now, what we definitely have for you is the match highlights and to relive some of the moments of what exactly happened in match 2. And as soon as they're going to be ready, we're going to be jumping straight into towards match highlights as well with Karips. I feel as if the side of Stark and Khanid, the game plan that they have is pretty solid. What are your thoughts on that?
So Stark and Garnet basically are really good at adapting. They recognize which one of these positions they will be able to use for their safety. Like, for example, in the previous game, the fence position that they took was on the edge of the circle. So ideally, it's not anywhere close to the center. They did not even have too much to work with, but they were able to keep that cover. And this time again, as we jump into the highlights, we will see that towards the end of this game, they were underneath a building that Plainty was inside. But still, they were able to keep themselves safe simply because they only have to fight one team at a time. Let's jump into the highlights and take a look at some of these beautiful moments that were created by Stark and Garnet today.
Yeah, let's dive straight into the match highlights as well. And we are going to be seeing on how exactly Stark and Garnet were able to get themselves a second champion title as well. For now, though, the first fight happened between Team Tamil Esports, and they took on one Wraith that was all by himself. Popping off, on the other hand, got absolutely wrecked and destroyed by the side of Stark and Khanid over towards the fragments, and I really feel for the side of Team Popping Off, man. Like, they did absolutely everything they could, but yeah, with nothing but the Wingman, the R99, and the G7 Scout, it was just not enough. Stark and Khanid, on the other hand, at the R301s, so they were pretty decked up and ready to take on this fight. Plainty, on the other hand, they also came in and they took a fight right here. It was against the side of Alexon Peace and Kratos and all of them. So, yeah, that was, again, a very interesting affair, because we thought that it is going to be the side of Team Plainty to maybe try and play it safe. But, yeah, now I remember. It was the side of Team Tamil Esports who got taken down right there against the side of Team Plainty. But, yeah, Tamil Esports, we thought that they are going to retreat, they're going to heal up, but they did not do that. In turn, they got taken down. On the other hand, Enoch Gamers, once again, trying to do what they did to the side of Team Tamil Esports in match 1. But unfortunately, it was the Seer that went ahead and won out that fight from the side of Team Still Killers. Hey, Troublemakers, they did make a little bit of trouble over towards the edge of Fragments, but they were quick to maneuver their way out of this fight, because they knew for a fact that this is not going to work out in their favor. They have to quickly make their way out of here. They have to survive till the very end. That is going to yield them a lot of placement points, and they did get themselves quite a lot of placement points as well. Task Force, they got eliminated quickly, and then came Wasabi to go ahead and take on a squad right here just below the cliff area. and it was the side of Fist to go ahead and get knocked down right now. There you go. Fist got knocked down. He got picked up as well. But then we have Stark and Current once again back on our screens. Get themselves another squad wipe right here. We see the Arcstar going in and the L-Star spray down coming in from the side of Lord ISA.
Yeah, but Stark and Garnet, they used the Gibraltar bubble to keep themselves safe from the team behind them while they continued to secure everyone that was inside. And once they were able to win this fight, they had more room to work with. After this, all they had to do was get inside the ring and take more control. They were not able to get a better position after that one, so they had to settle for staying underneath Plane T. But then both the teams, Stark and Garnet and Plane T, just shower the opposite building with a bunch of grenades and destroy that location. Let's blow it up sky high. And while Plane T was just desperately trying to get outside the ring, Stark and Garnet made a massive rotation. They climbed up this thing, went around the other side, and they got behind their opponent. So they dealt with the first team with relative ease. They played around the Gibraltar bubble, making sure that nobody enters this area, and this area will be safe. But even after they dealt with the third team, they just felt like they could do more and more. It seemed like these guys just don't get tired, they don't stop, and it is just wonderful to see them in action. The way they crowd control, the way they're able to finish off their opponents while they're getting pushed by a completely different one. The way they're able to multitask is just superb.
Really, let's go ahead and check out the match standings and see how many points have they racked up now. The last time, the Side team Stark Incarnate had 29 total points, 17 kill points, and that was quite an interesting score right there. 17 kill points is no joke, guys. And this time, they're going to be racking up 14 kill points, 12 placement points, and a total of 26 points after getting that that win as well, that champion title right there. Oh man, Stark Incarnate, they look like a force to be reckoned with, and teams like Still Killers, Plane T, OP Skills, and even the side of Popping Off, they have a lot of catching up to do.
I'm actually surprised because we keep forgetting that Stark and Carnate's first victim was Team Popping Off. These guys are
Exactly.
fighting each other inside of Fragment, and you deal with the strongest team at the start, you have no trouble going in later on.
That's true, though. I'm not even going to lie. The way they went ahead and took down their stronger opponents right off the bat is something that did give them that advantage and give them that confidence that, hey, we took down the best squad in the server. The rest of them should be a walk in the park as well. The overall standings are ready, so let's take a quick look at where Stark Incarnate are sitting on right now. How many points, total points? So they had 29, and from this last game, they are going to be seeing 24 points coming in as well from their side. So total of about 55 right there for the side of Team Stark Incarnate. Plenty, they're going to be sitting at 26 themselves. Steel Killers with 17, 100 ping with 14, Skyhawks on 13, Wasabi on 13 as well. Interestingly, Task Force are at the 7th spot with a total of 10 points. Devils with 9, Troublemakers with 9, and Popping Off with 9 as well. So a pretty close one when you take a look at it from the 4th spot to the last spot, or maybe even till the 16th spot. But yeah, pretty close scores right there. It's just two matches done. We are going to be seeing a lot of promotion relegation happening throughout the overall standings. But yeah, Crips, what are your thoughts though? What do you think? Stark Incarnate plays themselves at the first part with a total of 55 points. What is going to be that masterclass of a move coming in from the other teams to go ahead and dethrone them?
Well, at least Plenty has been getting into the top 3 every time. There's been only 2 games so far, but they've managed to rack up quite a decent number of placement points and average-ish enough kill points. Other than that, every other team just seems to be struggling. No matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are, Stark Incarnate are in a league of their own. Plenty also in a mini league of its own, but it's not like it's exclusive. People could enter it and could topple them. But for now, the top 6 teams seem to be on more or less an equal footing. The top 2 definitely are great. The other 4 over here still need quite a lot of difference making to do over here, as the difference in scores is relatively negligible.
So Stark Incarnate for now, I am going to tell you this. If they keep on going on with this performance, they might just rack up more than, 80 points on the board. And they're going to be at a pretty good lead. I feel as if the 80-point mark for the day is not going to be that hard for the Satistar King Khan because they are already getting a lot of squad vibes, right? Okay, they've got themselves 2 match wins. Now, if they don't get a match win, it's fine for them because they're still going to be touching that 80-point mark as well. Side of Palente, you're going to be seeing them trying to maybe, match the Satistar King Khan. As you did point it out, they have managed to put up that performance like top 3 in both the games, and they're going to keep on trying to just close out the gap as well from being the champions. But for that, they have to go ahead and face off teams like Stark Incarnate and even the side of Team Popping Off that might go ahead and pop off from the side of match 3 because Popping Off, they have had enough and they're going to try and put up a performance right now, unlike any other, because we know each and every player is mechanically and individually gifted from the side of Team Popping Off, and they're looking to make a difference on the overall standing. So definitely looking forward to seeing what the side of Team Popping Off can do moving on from match 3. But I feel as if they need to bring in a little bit more change in their entire playstyle. Because a lot of other team scripts, if you do see, they are playing it a lot safe, and thus they are, surviving till the very end. Whereas the side of Team Popping Off, Stark Incarnate, they're the ones who are quite aggressive. They are, just dropping down over towards the hot drops, and they're taking the early fights. Not saying it's wrong though, but at the same time, it has its own pros and cons. Would you agree?
Of course, it has its own pros and cons, but currently Popping Off are not even inside the top 6. In fact, they're barely in the top 10 with 9 points. So, yeah, they definitely need to step up. You're right about that. But then other teams as well, like Task Force, for example, they've been able to pick up some really good fights. They were not trapped in third parties. Whenever they fought another team, they were just fighting one team at a time. So that's something that they've been doing very well as well. Unfortunately, though, once they get gate capped, there's really not much that they can do to get over that problem, and that's why they've been stuck outside the top 6. Team Wasabi also seems promising. I mean, the way they're able to control the compounds that they are inside is pretty great. They're a decent team at defense, but can they make it up in terms of offense? I'm not really sure. So yeah, these were the teams that are outside the top 6, and we just got to run down on them. Let's see if they're able to pop off in game number 3. And if anyone can dethrone the number 1 team stock in Garnet right now, I don't think it's going to be possible in just a matter of one game. But we still have 3 more matches to go in this day. So maybe someone or the other will step up.
Maybe we are expecting them to go ahead and showcase that performance that we're looking forward to as well. Because all of these teams, we are seeing in terms of the Frank department, they don't really have a problem. They are managed to get all of these squad vibes. Teams are actually standing up when it comes down to getting all of these skills as well. But surviving and in terms of escaping out of a fight when they're supposed to retreat is something that is not quite working out for them. Especially, we did see the side of Team Plainty just absolutely getting destroyed, right? They were not able to escape out of that building because they just cornered themselves out of that building and the zone just closed in. Whereas from the side of Team Starking Current, they just were quick to make their way out of that position and in over towards the vantage point as well. So something like that, they need to, plan out their moves, their future moves in order to go ahead and survive a little bit longer and maybe place themselves at the second or the third spot, or even just go ahead and get yourselves a champion win as well against the likes of Stark Incarnates. But yeah, they definitely need to work on this. Otherwise, things are going to be a little bit difficult. In terms of the Frank department, no remarks over there. Each and every player, each and every team is doing pretty darn good, except for a couple of them who are going to get there. I mean, yeah, Popping Off, they had a little bit of a problem in match 2, but it's completely fine. They might just go ahead and showcase to us something different in match 3. So really looking forward to seeing what exactly is going to come out from the side of Popping Off in match 3, because the last time we did see them dropping over towards the Fragment East. This time, they might drop somewhere else. You never really know.
Yeah, maybe they could change their drop location. That could definitely shake up the entire plan and probably get them a much more chance of winning the gate. But at that point, I'm not really sure if dropping into a different location will, guarantee them the peace of mind they need. But we'll find out soon enough, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to jump into game number 3, and we'll be back with the game after a short message from our sponsors.
outside. Who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're all set and ready to dive in towards batch 3 for the day. And this time around, though, we're going to be seeing the side of team popping off, making their way in over towards the Fragment East once again. And this time, Fragment East is a pretty hot drop. Grips. It's going to be the hot zone where we're going to be finding high tier loot.
Yeah, high tier loot inside of Fragment. Well, that's the perfect setting for an early game battle. Skyhawks, on the other hand, have dropped over to its dome, so they're pretty safe for now. No engagements over here. In Fragment 2, do we have multiple teams? I saw one team go over there for sure. Maybe the other teams can get to Fragment after they're done ruling their respective places. We know that OP skills like to drop inside Overlook, and they try to make their way towards Fragment as soon as they are done. But whether or not they'll be going there is something that we are yet to find out.
Well, Skyhawks definitely have got themselves sorted out. They've got quite a lot of interesting weapons out here. The Havoc right there in front of that player. If only he had a turbocharger as well. Could have been a cherry on top of the cake, but yeah. He's just going to try and avoid that. He's got no turbocharger. Wow, Black Wolf has got himself the bow and arrow.
Yeah, it's funny how OP Skills decided to go from Overlook, which is on the northern part of the map, all the way down south to Thermal Station. From northeast, they go towards southwest, and that's a massive change. But the only thing similar in both the drop locations is that they are in the corner of the map. So when they move in towards the center, they won't have to worry about getting backstabbed as much. They only need to look forward. That's the only thing similar in between these drop locations. Otherwise, they're on the polar opposite ends of the map.
Oh. He's actually going ham with the bow and arrow as well. But yeah, Dream Esports on the other hand, they are also trying to get themselves pretty good loot right now. Find some good weapons. Not really satisfied with the R99s and the EVA 8s. But yeah, it's something to take on early fights. It's something. Something's better than nothing for sure. Hey, somebody just found themselves a pretty interesting assault rifle. Might just go ahead and pick that up.
Dream Esports inside of Skyhook. It's not the Skyhook that I am more fascinated about. Keep in mind that last time these guys had the high ground in front of Team Troublemakers. And they had to give up the high ground. They had to give up their advantageous position because of a Gibraltar defensive bombardment. And I just want to see if they're able to get up on that position again and use that to, I don't know, cut off some rotations. Or will they avoid going there and try playing inside of cover?
Extended light mag here. Ultimate's ready. Say the word. and
Still
we'll be in the
Keelers on
clouds.
the other hand. Well, they've got themselves a pretty good vantage point, and they're just above Thermal Station if I'm not wrong. So yeah, Thermal Station is going to be the place to be for the side of...
Still Killers and OP Skills. Still two teams might
Still
engage.
Keelers and even Plain T is right around the corner somewhere. No, Plain
Plain
T is
near
yeah.
Lava Fisher.
near Lava Fisher, yep.
And they're taking a fight against a team all the way inside of Countdown. Well, that's a long-range battle suited for the longbow. But Popping Off have just started to leave Fragment and they're moving towards Epicenter. And they have found an opponent. They scanned him. Yet another jump pad, and the chase continues. In fact, it's just sped up.
Just one player, by the way. Just one player that all three players is chasing right now, and that one player is going to try and run away for his dear life. It's going to be the startup guy who's Beast of the Hunt is going to be deactivated. And yeah, he's going to go ahead and get that cannon. Going to get to know where exactly that final player is, and he's going to try and take him down. There you go, the knock is in by Rush. The startup guy can go ahead and finish things off as well. There you go. So with that
Devil King.
popping off, yeah, he's the only player, I guess, Devil King. He got taken down by the side of Team Tamil Esports the previous match.
Yeah, but where are the rest of his teammates? I mean, it's not like he was instantly eliminated. He was knocked out, which means he's got a teammate alive somewhere on this map.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure why the massive desync though.
Yeah, that is something I don't have an answer to.
Like every single time this guy is just going in as a lone wolf, he's just dropping in alone without his teammates. His teammates are just taking fights somewhere else around the map. Yeah, OP skills for now. Got Iron Man, who is on the purple shields as well. Interesting. Has got his crypto drone ready. Maybe he might just recon the area. Maybe try and get himself. Yeah, there you go. The drone is out. We are gonna be seeing the drone try and take some information. Where still killers, they're just gonna escape out of this area. They're like, you know what? Let's use a wild cult and just move out of here.
So yeah, they're getting out of this place. And not a bad decision either, because OP skills, we had still killers and Plaintinian thermal station, and this area is very far away from the circle, so yeah, might as well just get out of here. I mean, there is still a very realistic chance that still killers and OP skills start fighting, but Plainty comes into third party, and there is an even better chance that all these teams will then be engaged in a three-way battle in a race against the zone, and there will be many more teams blocking their way inside. So that is a position they don't want to get inside. Well, at least we got to find out that OP Skills is not anywhere near Thermal Station anymore. In fact, they started to move a long time ago, and they've already crossed half the way. So yeah, they're in a good enough position to get in the circle first. Still killers, not as deep into the circle as OP Skills maybe, but they're also on their way, and they should be able to get there without any problems.
Enoch Gamers, on the other hand, once again inside of a building, trying to look and third-party team that are already taking a fight. These guys are pretty much the third parties themselves. Last time they tried to do something similar and they got taken down. Let's see if this time they're going to be able to make it happen and maybe get a squad wipe or not. Because that will definitely boost them in the overall standings as well. Skyhawks, on the other hand, going to be the ones to try and use absolutely every piece of utility they have in their backpack. 2 thermites, going to be seeing an Oxstar as well going around, a frag grenade, absolutely everything being thrown at that team. The Bub is going to throw in one more.
Skyhawks just making Team Wasabi bleed out their utility. Both the teams are engaged in this battle in the same compound, but no knocks just yet, and at this point they're just exchanging blows back and forth. Well, let's see which of these teams decides to go in first. There's a defensive bombardment outside, which means the Team Wasabi players will be forced to get inside the house, and they've even forced out the bubble. This makes things even worse. Skyhawks now on the low ground. Can they escape this? There's Wasabi right above them. I don't think they want to escape. They're probably using this jump pad to get above that roof. But the moment they're mid-air, they will be very vulnerable. So what's going to happen over here? There you go, Wasabi now looking to engage from the height, and Newt is able to find the first knock. Fizz follows up for the second one, and then the other player is forced to get inside. That's going to be the end. And Wasabi seem to be on the verge of winning this battle. They lose only one player, Newt, but he's going to be back online with no problems. And that is it. Team Wasabi with the spicy action, able to give their opponents a taste of their own medicine.
Well, Wasabi, they definitely look like they are about to place themselves in, I don't know, maybe top 3 or something like that. They're seeming very confident here every single fight that they take. Usually, it's highly unlikely of the side of Team Wasabi, because we have seen them every single time they hear a gunshot, they just instantly press S and try and play passive. But this time around, though, that did not happen. They went in aggressive. They knew there was no escape out of here.
Troublemakers inside the vault cave. They've got decent loot for themselves. Yeah, that's what happens when you get a vault card. You're able to get gold shields, purple armor. Good stuff overall. And with this control of these cave systems, the fact that they're putting up all their gas canisters across, they should be able to stop any one of these teams from rotating. And this is a major rotation point for any team that wants to get in and around the fragment area that connects the the fragment area to the southern parts of the map. This is a pretty important place to hold. And they might have just spotted another team. Yep, the Bloodhound can see footsteps, and even though the scan won't reveal anything, they will probably be able to see their opponents. And there you go. Wait, hold on. This is another fight. This is not not the team that was inside the cave system. This is plain T. Let's see if they're able to win. Seer versus Horizon, right at the front. She runs out of all the ammo in her flatlines, but is able to get downstairs. And it's Team Tumble that they're up against now. Plain T versus Team Tumble, and somehow the Horizon manages to pull off a daring escape, gets back after shielding up. And that is it. Team Tumble Esports have been buried 6 feet under the ground.
That's right. It's gonna be the Sada team. OP skills. We're gonna try and get their Gibby back up. Actually, no. Their Gibby is still gonna be alive. It's gonna be the Caustic who's gonna be going down. Yeah, the Caustic is gonna be picked up as well.
The team that they just eliminated was one of the teams that was fighting inside of Thermal Station. So if Plain T is still alive, this means the only other team that was left over there has been taken down, and Plain T is nowhere left to be seen. So that's the saga of Thermal Station coming to an end. Now on us, we have a battle inside Overlook. It's going to be Troublemakers, and they've got the high ground.
They definitely do. Troublemakers, they're about to give a lot of trouble to all of these other teams as well while they're trying to make their way in. The Heart Chamber is about to pop up, by the way, and the Sonar is going to come in as well. Wow, which exactly is that team running Blood out as well as the Seeker? Be quite a lot of intel that they're about to gather, and they've already gathered a lot of intel. Every single intel that they need is right in front of their eyes, and they're about to go ahead and take on the fight. You know, gamers, especially Fnatic, he is gonna go ahead and ask God of War and Pickle Rick to maybe try and come in from the left-hand side, maybe escape out of this Heart Chamber, because it's not at all good to stay in this, because information is gonna be constantly relayed if you stay inside of the Heart Chamber.
Enough Gamers, a little bit of trouble. They were already trying to fight Troublemakers, but now a third team has arrived, and this just looks very, very troublesome for them. They tried to make this third-party team work to their advantage, but no, they just get melted. Team Esports are the ones who are wiping the floor with them. It's just God of War left. Let's see if he can be the god, if he can slay the Dreamers. Oh,
Maybe.
very, very tricky, very risky, but very smart rotation. He could have died right there, but he makes it up, and I don't think that they will find out where he is now, so he can safely get across the circle without getting fired upon.
Yeah. Now Dream Esports, on the other hand, they have got absolute control with this part of the map. They're about to go in for the hunt as well. They really don't want that player to run away. You want to finish him off. Make it 12 squads left on the board. And Dream Esports, they've got a pretty good loot, Crips. For the fights to come, they are pretty much sorted. Unless and until, of course, they randomly spam and lose out on a lot of heavy rounds.
Enough Gamers, God of War. Can he actually find a way to recover the banners of his fallen teammates? The way that he took to come here is not the same route that he can take to get back up there. Unless he's able to wait long enough and get his jump pad online again. So he can't use that same pathway. It's a little bit of a one-way. It's not the... I mean, one-way is not a term I expect it to be using in a Battle Royale game. That's more of a tactical 5v5 term, but hey, it works. Dream Esports now have that other target in front of them. Dead Totem activated. No jump pad being used this time around. Probably not the best thing to use indoors, but keep in mind, they're getting inside the tunnels right now. This is the same tunnel that has been completely riddled with caustic gas canisters, and those ones will be the first things that they come up against.
Yeah, it's a pretty good setup, and I feel like these players, they are just luring the entirety of Dream Esports straight into that trap as well that they're set up as well. The caustic gas canisters, they might just go up, and we might just see Dream Esports having a little bit of a problem right now to breathe. But hey, that player is down, by the way. So Dream Esports, for now, no issues whatsoever. They're pretty much just trying to find out the rest of the players and go ahead and get that entire squad down. Side of clutch ministers, by the way, Krebs. Fleeksy is already bleeding out. This is like what, the second time Fleeksy just finds himself in a position while trying to rotate out of there. Gets taken down, gets knocked down, and that is gonna be another player going down. Oh my god, OP skills, this is getting taken down. Crypto down, P down. Vexino left out in a 1 versus 3. He's also gonna be going down. Damn, that was quite a push. And nothing worked out as well into the favor of OP skills.
Oh, OP skills and Lane T. They fought each other first in Thermal Station, but then after a very long time, they fight each other again. And we know which team came out on top. Popping Off is also present over here, so let's see if they decide to participate in the action. And off we go. They're on their way to chase the other team. Surrounded, but they don't find them. No hostiles found. They need to capitalize on this one, otherwise that piece of the hunt will go to waste. False spread. They are on the other side of the circle, so while Popping Off is busy chasing them, we have false spread passing a completely different opponent this time. Oh, Hallam with the turbocharger. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, but unfortunately he's very low on HP and his rate is nowhere close to him. In fact, FP1, he's gonna have to get out of here. His teammates already escaped this area and he's the only one trapped over here. Can he actually make his way outside? Somehow he's staying alive for now, but will he be able to take this one-on-one duel without the help of his teammates? Well, he is coming around the other side. FP2. These guys, they're trying to surround their opposition by both sides of the fences, but False Spread will finally be able to deal with the danger. FP1 and 2 and 3. This looks like, I don't know, man. Have you ever seen any of those Star Wars movies where they refer to their troops by numbers and not names? Yeah, this kind of feels like that.
I was about to tell you, quite creative right there, right? FP1, FP2, FP3.
Well,
mobile respawns.
Names.
Yeah, mobile respawns are going to be called in, by the way. And yeah, we're going to be seeing FP2, FP2 or 3. I guess it's FP2. It's going to get revived as well. On the other hand, Clutch Ministers, they're approaching a fight right now. Sneezy's going to be the one to go ahead and engage first. B-Shield is coming in, and that should pretty much secure them from the bullets.
God, what a messy fight. Clutch Ministers deployed their Gibraltar Dome so that they could get up close to their opponents without getting in too much danger. But then that black hole came in, and that destroyed all their plans. And now they get destroyed too. Plain T, what a flavorful match these guys have put up.
I mean, Plain T, once again, a very, very wise decision of just waiting it out a little bit and then finally pushing it up. They are gonna just push on towards the side of that team, and unfortunately, the thermites and the amount of utilities being dispensed right there, they were not able to play in and around that area. Quite a dominant way of taking that fight in the side of Team Plain T, and I feel as if they keep on doing this, they should be able to put up the performance just like the previous 2 match, or maybe just go ahead and take up the victory as well. Talking about victories and champions, we've got the side of Team Popping Off right in front of our screens, and they are here with their snipers watching over both the angles. But hey, side of Team FP, they're going to be going down. It's going to be the side of Team Dream Esports to make that happen as well.
So Dream Esports have this compound for themselves. There's a team directly underneath them now. They need to choose their battles wisely. The team underneath probably might disengage and move over towards another compound, and we are heading towards Village, just outside of Overlook, a little in between that and Fragment. And we have seen so many circles end over here at Assassin. Qualifier 2 had like 3 matches that ended in this very area, and let me tell you something, this is one of the most challenging areas to fight in, because not only do you have small houses which teams can cover for themselves, but in between these houses there's a massive gap and not too much natural cover in the form of rocks and ridges.
Wow, Omega Kura is going to be the new kill leader, by the way. So got himself another kill on towards Danger. That's going to be the side of Team Tamil puts a problem also on. And hey, Popping Off, especially Praj, he lost his shields, but is he going to lose his life? Yes, he will. Gonna get knocked out. The Gibby shield is gonna come in, and the defensive bombardment comes in as well. Thankfully, the shield is gonna help him out in order to not take any damage, and the revive is gonna come in as well from the side of Northern Beast.
And successful escape as well. Praj is able to get over to the other side of the fence without taking too much damage and should be able to heal. In fact, he did not go for the fence. He went for the doorway instead. That's a very good way to keep your opponents just trapped inside the house that they're inside right now. And look at this flag from the side of Startup Guy. Oh, this could be massive if he's able to successfully pull this off. They've got the Kraber too, but at this point, they just need to be worried about the circle and not their opponents. Popping off are able to stay alive. That there's only 3 squads left right now, and this could be their game for the taking. Uh-oh, they can't get outside. They have to tank that missile swarm, but the bubble, it defends them from the missile swarm, and they still have their wits about them.
Northern Breeze, an absolutely beautiful usage of that Gibby shield once again to just save the entire team from defensive bombardment. The second time he's doing it. Maybe not going to be seeing him do it a third time as well, if he doesn't go ahead and take down the openings, that is. But I feel it shouldn't be a problem for the Cyto team popping off, because they are already doing a lot of damage. And that is something that is a little bit of a problem as well for the other team. Well, even though they are in a position where they can take this fight, it's a direct one-on-one, by the way. You guys can see it. A beautiful cinematic cam is going to go and reveal the positions of all 6 of these players. So what I was trying to say was that despite having all of the advantage and whatever cover they have as well, I feel as if the side of team popping off, they have a much better plan. And on top of that, they have the aim as well to go ahead and take on this fight. Not only are on the red shields, but they've also got themselves flat lines and prowlers, which is go ahead and do quite a lot of damage. Northern Breeze, on the other hand, he's going to get sucked into that black hole, and he's going to try and stay alive. The Valkyrie is just going to fly out, by the way, and Grudge is going to try and heal a little bit. Startup Guy going to go ahead and close out the door. Both of them are going to guard the door as well. They know for a fact that Northern Breeze is down right outside of this cabin. And the players are on top of the exact same truck. So he's going to try and take on that fight. Is this the final player, if I'm not wrong? And there you go. Popping off are going to go ahead and challenge on the final player. They're going to take out the championship title to their name. It's going to be them to pop off for match 3 clips.
Popping off finally able to get their win on board. They've been struggling quite a lot in the first 2 games. Even though they are one of the stronger teams in this tournament, they had to wait quite a lot to finally get that dub. But once they do it in style. They wiped out so many teams on their way inside Village, and then they were able to take on the final team in such a ballsy way. I mean, these guys, they were stuck behind one rock. The enemy team had a Valkyrie, and once Valkyrie is able to get that little piece of rock under her crosshairs, the missile swarm will stun each and every person. What do? They use the bubble to shield themselves from it. And because they shielded themselves, they got a little lifeline. Now, both the teams cannot push. There was a little 30-second period of disengagement, after which the players of Popping Off decided to go for a very brave push.
Yep.
Like, they moved in open ground, no cover for themselves, tossed a bubble right in the middle of the field, and got themselves closer to their opposition. They used that as a little, once again, a little staging area where they, shield up, use their cells, and whatever little chip damage that they've taken, they get that in, and then they all assault. You had Northern Breeze swinging on the right side, Startup Guy swinging from the left. They both encroached them from both the sides, and they kind of trapped them, leaving only the Valkyrie all by herself. And in the end, it turned into a 1v2, which definitely is a doable task for the players of Popping Off. And that's how they're able to win. Really good way to use the Gibraltar shields to your advantage, using it not only to defend yourself, but also use it to aggressively take control of the circle area.
That's right. Popping Off, the way they engage that final fight as well is quite creative. And I feel as if the decision that they made of aggressing on towards their opponents is something that was a wise one. Because if they would have waited it out, they knew that the next ring is going to go ahead and screw them up. So better just go ahead and take that fight instead of patiently waiting and, scratching your head as to what exactly you're supposed to do as well when the zone is coming in. The match highlights are ready, so why don't we quickly jump straight into the match highlights and take a quick look at some of the moments that were quite intense in match 3. It definitely wasn't the fastest map, but yeah, it was a fast start for the side of Popping Off, as they did get themselves a kill on towards Devil King. Not really sure what's up with Devil King though, but the guy is absolutely nuts to drop in alone, and I don't know where his teammates are. But yeah, Wasabi, well, they definitely are not nuts where when they went ahead and engaged themselves in this fight. Even moved outside of the ring a little bit in order to confirm the kill. Where's Plenty? Well, Plenty are a squad that have managed to, always find themselves in positions where they do have the advantage, right? So the amount of repositioning they do in order to go ahead and confirm themselves the victory in a fight is something that surprises me quite a lot. What do you think?
Well, I love these little surprises. Honestly, that's the only thing I look forward to. Plain T, though, they were able to do quite a lot of good work. They started off in Thermal Station and they were able to not only escape from the teams over there, but then also get over towards the northern part of the map and outlive both the teams that they first engaged in towards the south. So that was a cool little storyline that was going on over there.
That's right, Dream Esports. They were the ones to go ahead and get themselves another kill, trying to jump down from the elevator shafts and then finding that final player as well. And then we saw the side of Clutch Ministers having a little bit of a problem for themselves as Fleeksy went down. There was a bubble that was put down, but still, nothing much going into the favor of the side of OP skills despite making that aggression, despite making that push. All three of these players went down, and I'm not really sure how though. Like, in that fight, they should have actually won it out, but they did not. Just the weapons diff sort of coming out from the side of Team Plainty, and I feel they went ahead and got themselves that fight done. And sorry, not Plainty, Flixian Gang, who actually got themselves that win as well. And then we had Fall Spread, who managed to get themselves a knock, and they also got themselves a kill, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, there you go. FP2 was the one to actually confirm that kill as well. But then the side of Fall Spread, they got taken down as well. Clutch Ministers were so unfortunate in this fight, Crips. I feel so bad for them, right? The side of Plain T just went in hard and used absolutely everything. The Arcstar, the Thermite, even the Black Hole just went ahead and was put down as well with a Horizon to go ahead and grab themselves that squad wipe. Clutch Ministers were not able to do anything, and there you go. Side of Plain T, they emerged out in that fight.
Yeah, the plan was great, but unfortunately, the execution was completely ruined because of that black hole, and their advance was put to a halt. But later on, popping off, I love this push, this very ballsy, very brave Jibby bubble in the middle of rail track. It completely negated the black hole too. And then you had these players swinging from both the directions. The Horizon and the Wraith were taken care of immediately. And after that, they only needed to deal with the Valkyrie, which honestly wasn't that big of a problem because they got enough time to heal up to full HP and then take on that 1v2 battle while they both double peak her.
So yeah, popping off, and then got themselves that final kill as well. That final player was trying to just survive for a little bit longer, trying to find something done. But yeah, popping off, they went ahead and finished him off, and with that, they got themselves the champion title as well for match 3. So finally, we are going to be seeing the side of popping off. They're going to be climbing up the entire board. Let's quickly take a look at the match standings and see how many points were they able to accumulate out of match 3. Not a lot, though, by the way. I was expecting quite a bit more, by the way, from the side of popping off, because I thought that they racked up a few more kill points. They got themselves a few more squad vibes, but no. They're only able to get themselves 11 kill points, 12 placement points, and that win is going to get them a total of 23 points for the match that they won out. Plenty, on the other hand, despite having no wins, 9 placement points, 9 kill points, still at the still a total of 18 points for them. So I feel as if Plenty are still going to go ahead and stay at the second spot. But popping off, they're going to climb from the 9th to the 10th spot over towards maybe 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, but you gotta appreciate what Plenty is doing over here.
Oh,
Three
yeah, they are.
consecutive second place finishes. Now that's massive.
Yeah. Plenty, they're doing insane, by the way. Like, they kind of remind me of that team as well in Qualifier 2. Which team was it? What.exe, if I'm not wrong. They were not able to get themselves wins at the start, but then eventually, later down the line, they were the ones to go ahead and grab a couple of wins every single day. Day 1 did not start the best for the side of Word.exe, but yeah, Word.exe were the ones to dish out maximum amount of damage and stay alive. So Plainty kind of remind me of them as well. But it's not going to be that long till Plainty goes ahead and puts up a champion win for them. So really rooting for the side of Team Plainty and looking forward to seeing what they're going to do in match 4 and 5 that we have got left out. Overall standings are ready, so why don't we quickly jump straight into it and see what Popping Off has achieved after this victory here. And yep, they have climbed up to the 3rd spot. Plainty are still holding on to the 2nd spot, and Stark Incarnate with a total of 55 points at the 1st spot as well. Stark Incarnate were not able to get anything in match 3, right?
Yeah, it's almost like they were absent. Plain T continuing to finish second in almost every other game. They do pretty well for themselves. Popping off, they go from outside the top six directly at number three. Well, that's a massive jump, if you ask me. And not only that, they've put up quite a lot of difference in between themselves and teams like Still Healers and Wasabi.
That's true. Not gonna deny that. The way you know Wasabi have been playing as well, it's quite impressive because Wasabi are the ones who are actually, again, as I did say, right, they're putting up the kill points, but yeah, surviving is a little bit of a problem for them as they do find themselves in tough situations where they're not able to make their way out of certain situations. Hey, Team Sage came out of nowhere, by the way. They are sitting at the 6th spot as well. Troublemakers on the 9th spot. Clutch Misters on 10. I'm surprised to see Clutch Misters down at the 10th spot because they are also the ones who are racking up the kill points. So they should place themselves at pretty much top 6 at the end of the day, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, the rest of the teams, they still have quite a way to go. Especially OP skills, we're expecting quite a lot from them. But again, while trying to make rotations, they're getting caught in between two teams. This time around, though, in match 3, we found themselves getting instantly taken down as well, despite having all the advantage, despite them having the jump on that other team. Still weren't able to go ahead and finish things off. The Gibby shield kind of helped that other team, and OP skills were just left out with, I don't know, nothing.
Well. Stark and Garnet still kind of unshakable. Plain T is catching up to them because I think Stark and Garnet had a bad game. They did not progress at all in this one. That's the only reason why Plain T is able to catch up, but there's still like 11 points of difference between them. Now, if Stark and Garnet, they don't even need to play well at this point. They just need to not have a bad game and continue progressing a little by little, and they should be able to hold on to their number 1 spot. Plain T, as long as they continue doing what they're doing, they will be doing really well for themselves. It's no problem, honestly. Getting 3 consecutive second place finishes. I do feel kind of bad for them because they're not able to get a dub just yet, but yeah, the consistency is great. Whereas for other teams, like let's say Skyhawks or Troublemakers, these guys were doing pretty well for themselves in the first game, but then I don't know what happened to them later on. They kind of just dropped off.
Yeah, Troublemakers, even in the second game, they were the ones to go ahead and survive till at least the last second zone or the ring. Yeah, Troublemakers, if you do remember, they made that play over towards the fragments, and then, they eventually made their way over towards the final ring as well. But yeah, they were not able to survive before that. But match 3, they were completely absent. I'm not really sure what happened from the side of team Skyhawks and the side of Troublemakers as well. But hey, really looking forward to seeing what is going to happen as we head on over towards match 4 for the day. Match 4 is going to be a little bit different compared to match 3, I feel like. Because, we did see a little bit of a change coming out in terms of the drop sides, at least from all of these teams. And I feel as if things are going to get heated up quite a lot now as we head on towards match 4 and 5. It is and has been the custom for Qualifier 1 and 2, where, teams kind of start off slow and passive, but then later down the line, match 4 and 5 is where they just go and fire all cylinders and they go all out. So that is something that I'm looking forward to as well. Maybe dropping it over towards places like Countdown, Thermal Station, Lava City, and even Fragment to take on that early fight. We're going to be seeing teams like, which exactly was it? OP Skills dropping in over towards the Overlook as well, trying to maybe make their way in from over there. OP Skills, yes. Trying to drop in over towards Overlook and eventually making their way in over towards the Fragment and taking a fight over there as well. But only time will tell. For now, we're going to be going ahead and taking a short break, and we're going to be right back with you guys with match 4 and 5 for the day as well. Until then, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves energized. So see you guys after the break.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside. From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside. From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside. From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside. From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Righty then, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to dive into us match 4 now. And yes, Crips, I feel as if the side of team popping off They definitely have got something to do in match 4 as well, as they're once again headed over towards the fragment. And this time, following them is going to be another squad just behind them at the west position of fragment, whereas over towards east is going to get taken away by the side of popping off. I feel as if Iron Man and gang are not moving in over towards the Overlook this time around though, but yeah, Team FP, they've made their way in over towards Climatizer, and yeah, overall, pretty interesting dropout coming out from all of these teams. No one's moving in over towards Harvester, not really sure why, but yeah, a couple of teams moved in over towards Lava City and Thermal Station.
Clutchmist is going towards Lava City. One team just behind them inside of Dome, but I don't think these guys will be fighting anytime soon. So yeah, they've got Lava City for themselves. No fights expected in Overlook as well. We saw Team Fast Predator going that way. Skyhook might just see some early battles because there's a team inside Lava Fisher as well. Gamers, on the other hand, they definitely have a fight on their hands. 2 blue shields? Oh, wow. This is Christmas or not?
Yeah, definitely Christmas.
But this is just outside of Lava Siphon. Now, Lava Siphon is one of the most complicated areas to fight around because not only is it new, you don't have too much practice of it, but also because it has these 3 massive buildings with a lot of space in between them. So, breaching through that space is going to be very awkward for a lot of these teams.
Okay, for now, we are going to be seeing the R301 trying to take a little bit of a pot shot here, but yeah, that team in the other building, they're just gonna retreat. Gonna choose to retreat because that is the correct thing to do as well. Just gonna pick up all the stuff they can in their backpacks and just get the hell out of there. The hell out of Lava Siphon. Because that is gonna be the right decision to make. Gamers, on the other hand, they were the ones to drop in over towards the middle building, like straight in towards Lava Siphon. So yeah.
This is Climatizer.
No, this is still Lava Siphon. This is Lava Siphon.
Both the areas have gondolas, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah. And Team Sage were the ones to escape out of the building. They were the ones who were taking the fight against the side of Enoch Gamers. And they made their way out of the building, and maybe they're just going to make their way out of Lava Siphon as well. Over towards Fragment now, where we are going to be seeing maybe a fight happening really, really soon. Hold on a second. Is this Skyhook or is this Fragment? This is Fragment if I'm not wrong, yeah?
Honey, this is an area where you will be always confused. Skyhook, Fragment, they all look very similar.
Oh, yeah.
This one, unfortunately, is Fragment.
It is Fragment, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, there's that, broken building as well in Fragment, so yeah.
See, I mean, there's a lot of similarities in all these areas. Like, you've got gondolas inside both the new areas, Lava Siphon and Climatizer. And so Skyhook and Fragment are also like these massive urban areas. But over here, inside of Countdown, a lot of people get confused between Countdown and Staging as well, because one of the buildings over there is similar.
Yeah, and Lawnside also. This is Lawnside, by the way. Yeah, everything looks so similar, and yeah, confusions are a part of this game. Well, for now, Tamil esports are now going to be confused about what they're supposed to do. They're pretty clear at the fact that they have to take on this fight, but the drones, they're going to go ahead and concuss them as well a little bit. They're going to slow down their movements, and with that, the Seer is just doing absolutely everything he can, but the Gibby Shield comes in, and Tamil esports, they're going to be the ones to go ahead and wipe out that squad. Chris.
Well, that's a very early victory for Tamil esports. Last time, they were also able to win fights down in the southern part of the map, and this time they do it again. The only difference is they're not clear of danger as the third team has just arrived.
Tamil esports, they haven't even healed themselves yet. Might just see that portal being taken by Kratos and Alex on piece as well. They should just make their way out of here, otherwise they're going to get instantly taken down. Oh, there's a Volt right there. If someone wants a Volt SMG, you can just go ahead and ping it up and be like, Volt SMG here. But hey, he's got the L-Star, man. L-Star is pretty cracked itself.
Task Force. Let's see if they can win this one or not. They've got one knock. The Devil is down. Gashi will be put down as well. And Unfortunately, they will go head first into the R99. That's it. Akneeman and Takashi will bid goodbye, and Tamil Esports continue to be in danger as Lopside has become the graveyard of this team.
Whoa! San.
Alright, so Skyhawks wipe out Team Tamil. Meanwhile, Kakutimin and his team gets wiped out as well. So two teams
like
dying. Two teams dying in a matter of just 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We are
I
down
like
to
how
17.
I like how Gibby just goes and picks you up like
Like a
like you are
baby.
like you are a little bit of a roach down. He just picks you up with like 2 fingers and he just gives you a pat.
I said baby because it was less disgusting, but okay. Apparently, cockroaches are what you like more.
No, I mean that's not true. I'm just saying that he treats you like a bug. Like he's so big, and he's like, "Hey, get up! You're not supposed to be weak."
Yeah, but why would you pick up a bug? Would you not rather just crush it, or stomp on it?
Actually,
You can pick up babies like that with one arm. You hold them with diapers and then you pat them on the
you
back.
definitely. Actually, you actually should not do that. But okay, that's not like the correct way to hold a baby. But
Parenting lessons 101.
please be careful. Me and Crips, we are, not parents yet, so. But yeah, we know for a fact that you're not supposed to pick up a baby like that. Hey, 100 ping on the other hand. They definitely are gonna go ahead and pick up all of this loot right now. Wow, open shield. In a supply bin.
Task Force, they've got their number. Just approaching the edges of Harvester over here. And they're looking away, from the region as well, right? So they're gatekeeping another team, while they themselves can move in towards Harvester. Meanwhile, Team Sage inside of the Geyser, they're fighting a completely different squad. And at this point, the fights just keep on popping off in every part of the circle. A lot of these teams will probably avoid these and get to the end circle if possible, but not everyone will be able to avoid battle, as most of these routes will start getting guarded now.
I like how that player had the backup ready. Like he knew that he was running out of bullets on the longbow. He had a rampage right around him. He has all the attachments as well to the rampage, and he has tons and tons of heavy ammo sitting right there. So we'll quickly go ahead and pick up the rampage as well. Look at Northern Breeze. He's gonna go ahead and take the geezer and just gonna quickly go up this guy, and he's gonna make his way into the fight right now. Popping off on the other hand. Yeah, it's not a third party as in, but yeah, they knew where there was.
It's really funny how Praj and Boom was staring at each other through the door, and then
Northern Breeze
North
comes in from
comes
the
up
back.
from the side and he shoots him in the back. Like,
Yeah.
all Praj had to do was have a stare down with the opponent.
Yeah. He was just staring him at the eyes, and he was like, well, see me for the final time in this match.
Yeah. Praj was like, knock, knock. And the enemy was probably thinking of another bad knock, knock joke, and probably trying to go in for a Breaking Bad reference as well, saying, I am the one who knocks, or some stupid shit like that. But then Northern comes in from behind and he shoots him in the back of his head.
Yeah. Praj at that point is going to be like, knock, knock, and then the other guy is like, who's there? And Praj is like, look behind you, death. And he was North. He did a pretty good job, did not miss though, so that's something. Because shooting from the back in most of the games is kind of difficult. But in Apex,
Yeah.
I guess it's not that big of a problem.
That's a problem that most CSGO gamers face, not Apex people apparently. Well, for now, we have Task Force who are trying to shoot down a player who's trying to make a jump pad. Oh no, but they get shot down in response. That was a very creative position. For one brief second, we saw a player in between the lava cracks, and that's a very nice ratting position if you just want to secure some placement points for your team and if you're the last man standing.
Hey, Task Force is Caustic has a little bit of a problem right now. He's gonna try and get himself healed up as well. He's a shield battery now. He's already used up the med kit. And the Task Force are not going to be ready to take on a fight, but they're just going to retreat. They know for a fact that they're at a disadvantage right here. If they try to engage that fight, they might just lose. So better to retreat and possibly find themselves in a better position. 100 ping on the other hand, they're the ones to go ahead and take on the side of HWN. It's going to be Ryu to fall down by the hands of Edith, and Edith is going to go ahead and apply some heals. 100 pings. I feel as if we haven't seen them much in action, but this time we might see a difference coming out from the side of 100 ping because they got themselves a pretty good positioning right now, and I feel as if the ring is working out for them as well.
Well, God of War, last survivor for Enoch Gamers, still inside of Lava Siphon, and unfortunately he can't rest his teammates as well. So, yeah, maybe he can use one of those cool rat positions just in between the cracks of lava.
This is Lava Siphon, and God of War is in a bit of a trouble because he's about to face off 2 players on top of the building. And yep, there you go. They're going to go ahead and spot him out as well, and well, Lava Siphon is not going to be the best place to be in right now, man. God of War, you just have to get the hell out of there.
Someone's out there. They're far.
Victims galore. Team Moth over here. They've been having a pretty rough day so far in the tournament. And they've outlived the first 5 squads. Let's see if they can outlive the others as well.
Let's see for sure. Got 15 squads left out, by the way, and it's just 2 players for the Saturday Team Moth, by the way. The third, I don't know, disconnected maybe, or did not show up. But yeah, Team Moth, they are going to be pushed out because the ring is approaching. That's going to be round 2 closing in. And surprisingly, the best part is that it just isn't that far. All they had to do was just get out of that building. They're going to be forced out of the building, but it's fine. They're going to go ahead and take on the other building. And wow, go ahead and get themselves a kill as well. Nice little spray down coming in with a flat line right there, Devil King. No, sorry, not Devil King, my bad. Vitality. Vitality Z. And Devil, on the other hand, is going to be the one to go ahead and take down Sammy. So, yeah. That was a whole different fight happening off your screens. But FP1 is trying to heal up right now. Has used up the medkit as well as the shield batteries. And he's the only player left out from his team that is fall spread.
Well, fall spread in a little bit of danger. 100 ping also in a bit of danger. At least his teammate's still alive, but Night Howlers won't let him go. And even though they got only 2 players, they are just not backing off at all. They want to get rid of this one, and they want to bring the team count down to 13. Can they circle around him? It seems like they can hear the footsteps, but now that little bit of a jump boost will still keep a little bit of distance in between Naughty and his opponent. Mr. Seod over here, take off your hat. We have a present for you. It's a bullet that goes straight into your skull. And that's going to be the end of Virtual Hunter.
Oh, Night Haulers. There's a pretty good take coming in as well from them. Nice little switch onto the shotgun when required. Up close and personal. And yeah, it was a pretty good wipe right there as well. So Night Howlers, they've already lost out Ryu. So they're going to try and maybe get him back. Not sure if they can get him back though. I'm not really sure if the beacon was picked up or did it time out. No idea whatsoever. But if they can just get him back, the Night Howlers can maybe try and, you know, give themselves top 5 position in the match standings.
Dream Esports scouting out Lava City right now. Well, they've got the decent bit of scouting potential over here, along with the Bloodhound. Unfortunately, probably not as good as Seer in the current meta, but they're gonna scan behind them in case they've got any
Charge rifle.
But no, they don't have any backstabbers. But yes, they do have a bunch of charge rifles aimed down at them. Where?
Oh my god.
What is that totem? Was that a bug? Or did they actually just put the totem on top of that rock and it got shot down? If the totem got shot down, that would be a massive waste of an ultimate. But I think they still have that ultimate online. Might have just been a bug. I mean, it happens. It happens quite a lot in Apex. That's just respawn being respawn.
Yeah, right now, Plain T is also just being Plain T right now as they are going with their usual strategy of, you know, holding on, playing it smart, playing it for the time, and waiting for the other squads to show up as well. Currently, they are going to get shot. Ice Speed has to move inside of the building. He has to recharge his shields and he needs to get ready for the fight. Popping off on the other hand, A minute and a half left for the fourth ring to close in. We're seeing half the squads remaining in the server, 10 squads that is. And popping off once again have found themselves a Kraber. How the hell do they manage to get themselves a Kraber every single match?
By being very, very, very sweaty and dropping, going after every airdrop. I'm surprised it's just a bunch of Krabers and not like the Alternator or the Spitfire or whatnot.
I mean, yeah, if they do get an Alternator or even a Spitfire, then it's game over for the others. But a Kraber is pretty good enough itself, man. Like, it's like a one-shot knock, right? Yeah, pretty good weapon right there. And yeah, right now, Nalnoti, I'm not sure how exactly to pronounce his name, but he definitely is not going to be able to stay alive. He's going to be the side of Team Moth, who are still going pretty hard on their opponents, despite not having a player in their team. And two of these men are trying everything they can. Flatline and Kraber on the hands of Praj. Yeah, Praj is going to try and snipe some people. There you go, he spotted out a player. Actually, an entire squad. Go ahead and take the shot. Take the shot. Praj, take the shot. No, I feel as if, you know, he's kind of scared about the fact that they might get third-partied from inside of the cave.
Damn. Well, that's the shot that we were looking for. Unfortunately, doesn't knock him. Only body. But at least he's now got that team pinned under that little box over there. So maybe they can keep a check on them. Not a lot of squads alive and not a lot of room in the circle left either. But surprisingly, this is one of those areas in the map which doesn't usually get a lot of action. We've seen way too many fights near Overlook. This is probably one of the first fights that's happening near the dome.
Well, Praj and gang, I feel as if they are going to be forced inside of the ring now. This position that they had is going to be going away. And yeah, it's going to be time for them to quickly move in towards the ring now. And I was right. They were scared about the fact that they are going to get third-partied from in and around the cave, and there is a squad approaching from the left-hand side. They're going to have to use this cliff, this terrain, in order to maybe try and play this one out and win it out as well at the same time. And with the amount of weapons that they have, long-range engagements is something that they should prefer, and they are going to try and do that as well.
Well, it seems like the opponents are danger close right now. At this point, the Kraber stops being relevant, and you gotta just switch over to your automatic weapons. Defensive bombardment on top of them will push them back for a little bit. Maybe even keep them on the edge long enough, but there is still a minute left in the circle, and these guys need to get as close to the center as possible. Northern Breeze, a little bit of trouble. These teams are fighting each other, and luckily they're not getting third party just yet, but the EVA 8 is so good, and the startup guy with a double, Northern Breeze with a third, and that's going to be the end. We are down to the last 5 squads.
So the hunt activated on towards Omakuda. At the same time, Kurami has given out the death totem as well. So Dream Esports on top of that death protection are going to try and rush in on towards the side of Team Popping Off. But little do they know that Popping Off, they are absolutely ready for this. They're about to fall back and moving over towards the final ring. And this particular area is already under the control of a team. And Praj, after getting 2 of the knocks in the previous area, he's going to try and get the squad wipe as well. He has spotted out a player who's knocked out. And yeah, those are the 2 knocked out players looking to get the Wraith as well. Wraith has opened up a portal, by the way, and the door is about to be kicked open. He's going to decide Popping Off to go ahead and take down that Wraith.
My goodness, these guys are wiping the floor with everyone right now. They've got barely any bullets left in the Kraber, but they've extracted the worth of it every single time. And now they have one of the only places in the circle which has a decent amount of cover, but they can abandon it and go towards the next team. The fight continues as the Gibby Bubble gives them a little bit of room to work around with. Up close and personal, they will be able to get the knock onto Omega Kuda, and that's it. Within a matter of seconds, yet another team falls to dust as Popping Off. They're living up to their name, and they continue to pop heads. 2 more squads left. One of them is weak. Don't have the numbers. And very soon they will have the ultimate available on the startup guy as well, which means the Beast of the Hunt will be activated. It's a 3 versus 2 versus 3.
Isn't it like a 3v3v3?
Oh, yeah, I just noticed Makam being on the other side. My bad. So
Yeah.
both the squads, I mean, all three of the squads have an even chance of winning, but hey, at this point, popping off are the
I-
only ones with red shields.
I'm not sure about Reverb's position, by the way. I feel as if he's just pinned down from both the sides, and there's no escape whatsoever. So Reverb, all he can try and do is maybe, you know, scan as much as possible, give out all the information that his team needs in order to go ahead and make that final push, and there comes Northern Breeze with the knock. And that's gonna be Reverb to go down with the Kraber. And yep, Reverb, there's no help that is coming your way, buddy. There's no help that is coming your way. You are just pinned down right there. Makam, on the other hand, gets taken down by Peanut, and yep, it's just going to be the final player left out from that side.
Yeah, but they don't even have time to go for the red. That's it. They're gonna fall. Last two teams alive right now. Northern Breeze needs to go up with the shield. They need to buy as much time as possible. At this point, the Kravers don't know how relevant they will be. The defensive bombardment won't really harm them because they're indoors, but hey, this will definitely harm Skyhawks. That's a team that needs a lot of points right now. They haven't been looking too hot in the tournament so far, but if they can deny popping off their second win in a row, they will definitely have climbed into the top 6. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it comes down to. And oh my goodness, Northern Breeze once again with that great flick onto Nutu turns it into a 3v2 instantly. Breeze now going in for the Eva shots as well as they're flanking them from both the sides. It's down to a 1v2 and popping off with 2 wins in a row. They are now in contention with the #1 team. And I feel like the competition is just getting only closer and closer.
That's right, the side of Team Popping Off once again going ahead and getting themselves the second champion title to their name, and the side of Popping Off, the way they did it as well, especially that Kraber action coming out from the side of Northern Breeze. Missing out on a couple of shots initially, but then later on connecting absolutely everything he was supposed to. Getting himself 2 knocks right there, helping the side of Brudge to just quickly rush in with the Evite that he had and just pouncing in on towards his enemies to just go ahead and get the final action in and secure themselves the second champion title to their name. That should pretty much be a big boost to their overall standing. And I feel as if the side of Team Stark Incarnate, they are gonna be in a position where they're gonna be like, hold on a second, are we gonna get dethroned? Because again, they were kind of absent for match 3. I'm not really sure why we are not able to see them anymore. But yeah, Stark Incarnate, after getting 55 points on the table, they're just completely absent of the action.
Yeah, and popping off is going to be very happy with that. With Stark Incarnate not in the lobby anymore, these guys can start winning all the games. Unfortunately, Plain T, this time they won't even be in the top 2 because they've been in the top 2 for the last 3 games in a row, but this time, not so much. Skyhawks, in fact, stepped up this time around. Let's take a look at the highlights once more and relive all the glorious moments that popping off had to show us. I mean, they started off in a very stylish way, winning all their fights while they're coming out of Fragment, but later on, after they got that Kraber, oh my lord, nobody was safe from them.
I mean, the Kraber absolutely changed a lot of things for the side of Team Popping Off. But more than that, there were moments like these, right, where Tamil Esports were the ones to go ahead and wipe out an entire squad. And then they just got third-partied as well. There was the side of Enoch Gamers, if I'm not wrong, went ahead and took down the side of Tamil Gamers. On the side of Task Force, by the way, Devil King actually put up quite a performance with the Hemlock. Not only was he able to get himself a frag on towards Kakashi, but we also saw the side of Task Force later down the line get themselves a frag on towards the Valkyrie. Trying to fly away, and see, this is the exact same action I was talking about. Tamil Esports trying to get something done here, but yeah, it was a side of Team Skyhawks, actually, not in our gamers, but Skyhawks.
Bait.
Who went ahead and yeah, got themselves that frag. Hey, this is the bait play where there was a little bit of a knock action going on, and yeah, Praj was like, you know what? I'm not the one who is about to take you down. It's gonna be North. Say hello to my friend behind you.
Say hello to my little friend, that Tommy gun. Just kidding. This is not PUBG. This is
The
Tommy
mask
gun, yeah.
reference? No, never mind.
This is the Scarface reference, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We had so many pop culture references this time around. We had Breaking Bad, we had like Tom and Jerry, good old knock jokes that never get old, and the Scarface to top it all off.
No, the way you said Tommy Gun, right, kind of reminded me of the guy when he, you know, does that balloon show in Musk.
Jim Carrey, yeah,
Jim
always
Carrey,
gets
yep.
us.
Yeah. Hey, Dream Esports were the ones to actually get taken down right here by the hands of Popping Off. As Popping Off, once again, had a pretty good fight here with the Flatlines. And, of course, can't really forget the fact how Paraj went ahead and got himself crowned as the kill leader. And this was the fight that was so intense when Praj actually gave away the Kraber into the hands of Northern Breeze, and Northern Breeze put down a shield, and he was just sniping people off.
Yeah, I mean, because North is the Gibraltar over here, he will not be the ones doing the aggressive pushes, so makes sense for him to have the Kraber. But then later on, when they got that first knock, they were like, that's it, full send it in, surround them from both the sides. And once again, they divide and conquer. They went around from two different directions in that one rock. North swings towards the right, his teammate swings towards the left, and they just sandwich them in between. And trust me, you don't want to be in the middle of that sandwich. It does not taste good. It tastes like lead.
Actually, I feel for that player, right, who was just right there. The seer was trying to maybe make his way out of there, but then he was just caught right there, just like you said, like a sandwich. Got sandwiched from both the sides. He was getting shot from both the sides, both from the side of Skyhawks, and there was a Kraber right in front of him. All he could do was just keep on scanning, and he was just trying absolutely everything he can, but nothing actually worked in their favor. Match 4 standings are ready, so why don't we quickly take a look at how many points did the side of Skyhawks and the side of Popping Off accumulated out of match 4. And yep, it is going to be the side of Team Skyhawks to get themselves total of 11 points. Popping Off with 28. This was a much better game for them as they got themselves a couple more squad wipes. A total of 16 kill points for them. And yeah, I feel as if still it is the side of Team Stark Incarnate to have the highest number of total points for the day. 29, that is.
Well, Popping Off with 28. Wait, what's the total now? My math might be a bit weak over here, but is that enough to overtake Stark Incarnate?
I feel so.
Yeah.
I feel
considering
as if,
Stark
yeah.
Incarnate aren't moving, I mean, they have been a no-show in this game. So, yeah, they definitely should be able to overtake them.
I quickly just want to ask production if they were present in the game or not, because we did not absolutely see them. They were in the game? Oh, interesting. All right, yeah, so they were in the game, but unfortunately, they did not get themselves a single kill point, no placement points, nothing. For the last 2 games, of course. Yeah.
It's funny how, like, after being on the top for so long, they just fell off. Like,
I mean, after
massive
getting
cliff that they did not see coming.
after getting 2 wins, right? That too, like after getting 2 wins in a row, completely, it's like flipping a switch. You just turned yourself off for the next 2 games.
Exactly. You go from 100 to 0 in a matter of 2 games, and that's just awkward, to be honest. But there were other casualties too. OP skills, still keelers. These guys were also performing decently well in the last few games, but now they've got 0 points. And let's see how this affects the overall standings, because they must have dropped out of the top 6 by now.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at the overall standings now. And yeah, there you go. Popping Off are going to go ahead and take on the side of Stark Incarnate. Popping Off with a total of 60 points. Stark Incarnate with 55. Plainty on the 3rd spot with 50 as well. Wasabi 29. And Skyhawks jumping straight from that position that they were on. Were they on 11th or 10th? Directly onto the 5th.
And somehow even Moth makes an entrance over here. 100 ping, Task Force, Dream Esports India have all been pushed downwards. But hey, it's just a matter of 2 points.
I like how
I
Clutch
think this-
Ministers are quite consistent, you know? Still on the 10th spot.
Yeah, still on the 10th spot. But again, even for Clutch Ministers, the difference between them and the top 6 is just 5 points. It is possible to cover 5 points in one game. Now, whether or not you can get 40 points in a game to get to the number 1 position is that's a question I don't even want to answer. But hey, at this point, the top 3 teams are in a different league of their own. There's a 5-point difference between all of them. Popping Off at 60, Stark Incarnate at 55, Plainty at 50. So yeah, these 3 teams are in a league of their own. And after that, every other team that follows has a massive difference. Wasabi at 29. That's a 20-point difference between them and Plainty. 21 rather. And Skyhawks at 24, Moth at 24, again, Dream Esports at 22, and so on and so forth. So you see, the top 3 teams are basically untouchable at this point.
Completely. 60, 55, and 50. So Plainty, Stark Incarnate, and Popping Off, all they have to do is just keep on, keeping up the performance, especially the side of Team Stark Incarnate. They have to come back alive. They have to flip that switch back up, and they have to turn themselves on, because the last 2 games they have just accumulated 0 points. That's right. No points at all. If they don't go ahead and perform, or at least get themselves a kill or two, get some kill points in, then it is going to be highly possible that some other team are just going to go ahead and dethrone them. Especially the Sarah team, Plenty, who have consistently tried to come top 3, top 2, and now are looking to make their way over to the second spot, as well as we are going to be approaching the end of the day. It is going to be the time for us to dive straight in towards match 5 now. Match 5 is going to get ready really, really soon. As soon as all the players are going to be ready, we are going to be jumping straight in towards match 5 as well. But yeah, match 4, we did see that little bit of a shift in pace coming out from all of these teams. Not everyone, but a couple of them for sure, where we did see early fights going ahead and into the favor of all of these teams as well that did try to take on these early fights. Fragment was one place where a couple of teams made their way in as well and got their early fights in. But it is always, teams like popping off to actually just stand out among the rest, come out on top when they go ahead and take out these fights. Skyhawks, they actually surprised all of us. That was a big leap that they made as well, and we're all very excited to see what Skyhawks are going to do in match 5. But yeah, what are your expectations for match 5, Crips?
I mean, I honestly don't know what to expect because at this point, the number 1 team has just stopped, and the team that was popping off are really, really well-known names like the Proj, Northern Breeze. These guys are very popular, but now they've just started to come on top. Let's take a look at the next game, and this will be the last game for the day, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get in there, we have a small word from our sponsors, and very soon we'll be jumping into game 5.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
All right, then. Time to dive straight into what's the final game of the day, Crips. And I feel as if a lot of teams, they are making their way in straight towards Skyhook Countdown. We also got maybe a team that might move in over towards the trials because of the amount of tension that is about to be coming up on towards Skyhook. You've got the side of team popping off, moving in over towards Fragment East, and Praj is the only one dropping down towards West.
So there's 3 teams in Skyhook, 2 inside of Fragment, but there is another team, a third one, just to the west of Fragment in the village. So, yeah, we have a 3-way battle brewing up in Skyhook. Another 3-way, a potential 3-way maybe, inside of Fragment. And, dude, things are starting to look very, very spicy. We might just see multiple teams get eliminated within a matter of seconds over here.
Oh, completely agree to you on that. Maybe we might just see a lot of squads getting wiped off right at the start. Something that we are not so used to seeing for day 1s at least. But yeah, this is match 5, so yeah. At this point of time, most of the teams know each other's tendencies, so they know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, but every time someone tries to hot drop another team and, maybe catch them off guard, something on the other wrong ends up happening. This time, we have got Skyhawks, and in the middle of launch site, these guys probably will be able to pick up a fight against the opponents that have damaged them a little bit. Now, there's quite a lot of distance in between these squads, okay? So they still have to cover all this ground, and covering this distance can be difficult. At this point, even the ordnance and the utility that you throw is not going to be like super, super accurate. The best that you can do is force an enemy to reposition. But still, the Devils in contention with Skyhawks. One rises from hell below, and the other one rains down from the skies. Let's see what happens when these two meet at launch site.
Well, I'm not really sure about that though, but here in the caves, we've got Enoch gamers who are going to go ahead and take a fight for themselves. One of the players has already made his way out of there, and he's going to ask the rest of the two to do the same because they know for a fact that they're not prepared for this fight. Maybe that other team has got a crypto as well, yeah. This is Iron Man, if I'm not wrong. Iron Man and Vexenor. OP skills have lost out a player, by the way.
Yeah, they either lost out a player or they the third player never really joined. Either way, this is the disadvantage.
I feel as if the side of Enoch gamers should have actually went for that side.
Yeah, but at that point they didn't know that they were up against a two-man squad. At this time though, still Keelers are in a lot of trouble. Now luckily the Valkyrie is able to get on top and heal up before the enemies can get to her, but this is a 2 versus 1 still, and Plain T also have quite a lot of advantage to themselves. Here comes the Valkyrie, and they exchange positions. Horizon getting up on top, and he's getting slaughtered with that L-Star, barely surviving by the skin of his teeth. He gets inside. Does he have enough time to heal himself? I guess not, but they aren't pushing him either, so I guess he might just get a little bit of time. Now the wingman up close, puts him in his grave, puts him out of his misery.
Popping off on the other hand, they've already lost out 2 players. It's all out of Praj. He's sitting at 1 HP. Gonna get the frag as well. Yeah, he clutched it. He's gonna get that frag as well. That final frag onto its Ryu, and that is Night Howlers to be going down.
Jesus, that was dangerous. He survived at 1 HP, and Wingman is not the kind of weapon you would have the confidence to use at 1 HP, but these guys are the #1 for a reason right now. Back down in Skyhook, we are about to finally see this fight begin. But Stark and Garnet have spotted out both their opponent's squads. So now they can take a step back and decide which one to engage first, or whether they want to engage at all. 100 Ring is one of the opponents that they're up
Oh
against.
no!
They do a
Got
little
stuck
bit of
on the
damage,
door.
but no follow-up.
Yeah, he got stuck on the door, by the way, and he was like, "Oh, just move away. Let me in."
Let me in! Yeah, all the meme references.
Yeah,
Worth their weight in gold.
that's right. Again, another can comes in from the Bloodhound, and I feel as the Stark Incarnate going to see this entire squad make their way inside of the tunnels. On the other hand, we did talk about that 3-way fight, right? One of the squad has already escaped out of Skyhooks. They're about to make their way into the tunnels. Whereas Stark Incarnate, now they know for a fact that there is one more squad onto their left-hand side towards the other building.
Well,
Wow,
good riddance.
they're actually going for this.
Yeah, I mean, the first squad lived. So yeah, Stark and kind of like, alright, we only got one squad to deal with now, so why not? Let's just move right inside. We have Loridisat who's trying to corner them from below, while his teammates up on top are trying to pinch them on the 4th floor. And let's see if they're successful or not, because so far, Stark and have taken a little healing break. His Destroyer has. And they're all gonna get up on the roof once again. They put up a stellar defense on the roof before. Let's see if they can pull this off one more time. But the last time they did it, it was on the back of a bunch of thermite grenades. Seems that the flanking maneuvers have been unsuccessful so far, for the most part. But they are dealing with the death protection so far. They've already sent back 1 player. Let's see if they can send the others back as well. Their opponents need to extract as much value out of their can, as much value as they can from this death protection. But seems like all 3 players will be sent back to the totem, and now Stark and Garnet are on even ground, except they're not having a lot of HP to work with.
Yeah, Rahman is almost bleeding. He needs a medkit as well, and is going to be picking that up. For now, though, the syringe is going to go in, and Glord is going to try and come in from the other side to try and take down his nemesis, but things are not working out in his favor. He's taking a lot of damage right there. At the same time, he's going to heal up as well. He has to go in and get himself that shield battery. He's going to be doing that. We're going to be seeing that entire squad just chilling below them. I won't actually use the word chilling because right now they might be sweating bullets, but yeah. This is going to try and maybe keep on repositioning themselves because the scans, when the Bloodhound scans is something that is that's quite annoying and you have to constantly keep on shifting, otherwise it's going to get taken down. But oh no! Stark and Garnet are actually being challenged right now. This is going to be destroyed to be going down. Glord is going to be next, and it all comes down to Rahman, who's already bleeding internally, and 1 bullet is all for Rahman to get taken down. But he's going to go ahead and take down the rest of the gang instead.
Another 1 HP clutch.
Wow.
Both popping off, and Stark and Garnet have pulled off one HP clutches at this point. And these are all the #1 and #2 teams. Imagine if both these teams died in these games. Imagine if these clutches never came through. With the 2 top teams out of the picture, everyone else in the server can now start rejoicing. But unfortunately, they are both still online, and the danger persists. Animal Esports turning the floor into lava for now, hoping that their opponents aren't brave enough to push through, but they get to the door instead. The direction's offline, so the Devils continue to do what they do best. That is right on the hill. And oh my goodness, no, Zammy, that was a wrong move. Goes in with his pants down, unfortunately had no gun equipped at that time. Now let's see what his teammates can do to follow up. The scan reveals all their positions, but they're able to catch most of them off guard. Is that going to be enough, though? The Wraith is trying to flank them from the other side. Trying to catch him, but now he's just a bit too evasive.
Isn't this the exact same building where the Tamil esports actually got taken down by the side of Enoch Gamers?
I mean, not the exact building, but this was the same area. Both of them happened in tree.
Yeah, both of them happened in tree, right? Yeah, the same area. But yeah, decided the Devils are going to be the ones to go ahead and win things out for now, though. Clutch Ministers on the other part of the map are right now trying to load up as much as they can, trying to gain some intel. Yeah, Wasabi are also right around the corner for them, so might see a fight emerge out of there. 100 ping. What exactly are they up to, by the way? Themselves the blue shields in. R99, Zelstar, not a bad loot. For the digital threat as well on the R99. So hey, Exile, expecting some pretty big stuff coming out from you, but oh, the hard chamber on top of the defensive bombardment. Gonna be taking quite a toll on towards Exile. Oh wait, not Exile, it was Edith actually.
But somehow they were able to get away, even though they were very low on HP. On the
There
other
are 3
side,
squads here, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, Plenty's taken up a really long-range fight against Team Sage, but I think Team Sage won't be in too much trouble. They've already sent back one of the squads, and they can take on Plenty at this point. But if False Spread somehow chimes into this one, then this is a monkey wrench. At this point, they won't know what to do.
FP2 did not connect, by the way, or did not join this match. FP1's respawn timed out and is just down to FP3 from the side of False Spread. Try and get something done. Hey, the rushers on the other hand, looks like someone stood true to their name, tried to rush in, but got taken down instead. 2 players down already from the side of the rushers, and there's just 1 player left out.
Yeah, and Stark and Connor want to finish him off as well. They find where the other player is going, and they know she's behind this rock. That Wraith is gonna have the scare of a lifetime coming at her face.
When the Gibby is on the chase, you know you are done and dusted.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually a little hopeful for that Wraith because, you know, Destroyer pushed him all by himself. Glordissa followed up a little later, so if he was able to isolate those 1v1s, he might have been able to win, but now the follow-up came through very quickly. Stark and Connor will once again get up on top of this tower and continue holding this position for anyone else that might pass through.
Raj right now in a bit of a situation where he has to heal himself, get the hell out of that area. Northern Breeze already on the red shields. Man, how much damage does he deal? Or what exactly did he do right now? Startup is already sitting at 3 kills and 3 assists. Popping off actually got themselves a squad wipe, if I'm not wrong, off our screens.
But they're dangerously close to OB Skills. And OB Skills can hear these battles. The EMP comes through at the right time, and this is the perfect place to use the Caustic Ultimate. The Nox gas does so much damage in close quarters. And it does it directly to the HP too, so no shield that can protect you from this one. And he actually gets a knock onto Vitality from that Nox gas. That's his cue to go full sending it in. And they still have the opportunity to make this third party successful. They spotted one of the players outside the door. They can take the right one as well. And that's exactly what they're going to do. In fact, they're going to gas canister off the right door and then try to push even further. 1v1, keep out of the Caustic. More people to follow behind him. Iron Man is a little far away, but he arrives just in time to help his teammate out. Oh no! What's the bubble? He pushes right through it, and he gets that first knock. Can Iron Man save his teammate? Yes, he can. Pushes him back far now, but I don't think a revival is possible.
He's going to be on the drone now. He's going to try and get information. He's got to know where exactly that player is. Go ahead and tag him out as well. And with that, we're going to see a Bloodhound scan coming in, and Iron Man is getting shot from behind. That is going to be Paraj.
And that's going to be team popping off as well coming up. So that was a fourth party situation of sorts. Now these guys have definitely the chance to clear everything, but a fifth team from the cliff is now shooting them. But at least this fifth team is far away, so they don't need to worry about it right now. Right now, all they can do is go in from the inner areas of the ramp and continue fighting while completely avoiding that fifth team.
G7 Scout is going to help out Startup Guy a little bit in order to go ahead and deal some damage. But yeah, even Northern Breeze on the G7 Scout is going to try and get something done here. Stalking Carnage off your screens are taking a fight right now. About to go ahead and wipe out another squad. Glord, he hasn't been having the best of the duels, at least for match 5, by the way. He's just finding himself in positions where he's not able to do much, but at the same time, he's taking a lot of damage himself, so to be careful. He's got himself the Prowler and the G7 Scout. G7 Scout on towards Rahman, and there's a Heart Chamber being put down right here. So technically, they are fighting off there are actually 3 squads here. Ux is from a different team altogether, and then there are 3, and then there is like 1 squad.
No, they're worried about anyone else who could come in from their left-hand side. And this area near staging can be quite treacherous because this highway is so exposed from a lot of angles. Teams can be shooting you from the low ground and from the right-hand side away from the highway, but now they'll have to drop down, and this is not a good spot to be in. At this point, they are in the middle of a bird cage. They can get shot from every direction, and you can see that they're already in too much trouble. They've been forced to use their bubble very early on, and they probably wanted to save it for another time. But do they have a jump pad? Yes, they do. Now they can get away from this area. In fact, instead of getting above, they're going to continue staying down below, which is not a bad decision. It should keep them safe for now. It's inside the circle as well, and there's hard cover, so that works. They won't be relying on their bubble anymore. Stark and Gun can take this little break. They need it.
They're going to take this break. They're going to heal up, and they're going to try and, strategize their move. I saw exactly they're supposed to get out of the staging area because there are 2 teams that are just eyeing to take down Stark Incarnate. They know for a fact if they take down Stark Incarnate, there's a chance for them to go. Oh wow, Alternator. Praj, very interesting. Is he gonna quickly go ahead and pick up that Alternator? Actually, no, he did not. He still left it out. Oh, there you go. Finally, Praj picks it up.
Prepare for horror. There's going to be Vietnam flashbacks all over the country right now as the Alternator and their Disruptor rounds continue to wreak havoc. Let's see if he can find his first prey. He knows he's hiding right around the corner. The intuition is correct from the side of team popping off, but they're actually very worried about getting backstabbed because they're kind of in the open right now, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. From this position, they can keep an eye on every squad in the server, but also they're open to getting shot from every squad, so it's kind of like a give and take of sorts.
Actually, yeah, teams that are going to be approaching from staging as well have a good chance of taking down popping off. So popping off, they need to be careful. The scan is going to come in. They're gonna get to know that there is a squad just ahead of them. I feel as if popping off should actually take that fight against the squad that they have right in front of them and keep on advancing.
I mean, there's a team just beyond the train tracks. There's a team in the snake area of Harvester. That team is the closest to them.
Exactly.
You can see that the startup guy has only one job, that is keep tabs on this team, and let's just hope that this team doesn't get on the high ground of Harvester and harm them later on. Meanwhile, on the other side, 3 teams just staring at each other, and all of them will be forced to leave this area when the ring moves.
Stark Incarnate, as always, they're still holding on to that entrance or staging, by the way. Like, they're down there. Looking at everything. They're looking at everything that is happening right in front of them, using their H-Cogs. Using the 2x H-Cog on the Havoc with the Turbocharger as well, and Destroyer. To try and quickly get to cover. They badly need cover right now. Stark Incarnate need to go ahead and take that fight on top of that piece of house as well. Gibby's shield is going to be down, and Stark Incarnate are going to go ahead and quickly heal up because Destroyer has taken a lot of damage, and the zone is appearing as well. Needs to be quick, and the Phoenix kit. Oh, finally. Phoenix Kid is going to go ahead and fully get him healed up as well, both in terms of shields as well as the HP. But Rahman is going to be going down instead. Destroyer is down below, mind you, and it's just down to Glord in order to get something done. And Glord put down a jump pad, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he put down a jump pad so that Rahman could get up on top and he could revive him. But nah, revives will not be possible. There's a black hole on top of them. The revive comes through in the nick of time, and Rahman has his shields available as well, which means he's now available to fight. This has just turned around for their opponents. Ming gets a taste of his own medicine. They thought they could use the timing to their advantage, but danger is not over yet. That nade knocks almost everyone out, and they're so low on HP. Luckily, the bubble is available, which means they're safe from the defensive bombardment, but it's about to go down any second. There's a team above them, one below them, and they're sandwiched right now. Well, at least they dealt with the team below, so there's one less problem. But can they survive this onslaught? Very soon, they will run into team popping off, and that is an opponent that you do not want to take on all by yourself. You will probably want to wait and let another team go at them first. But popping off have already lost the startup guy, which means it makes them a weaker opponent. Maybe Stark and Garnet have a chance.
I'm going to be seeing 2 of mobile respawn beacons. I mean, mobile respawns put up right there in front of them. And I don't think the startup guy is going to be called back, because that is going to be quite a risk right there. Or maybe it might just act as a distraction. You never really know. But at the same time, the thing is that popping off, right? Despite having absolutely everything, is gonna, yeah, they don't have the banner on top of that. That is one thing as well.
I mean, they have 2 respawn beacons, but they just get the banner. Northern Breeze from above will cover Prudge, and Prudge manages to successfully make that maneuver from below. But at the moment he gets back up on top, now we have another team assaulting them. He's just trying to stick the res. They're getting shot from everywhere right now. They're trapped in between a rock and a hard place on the edge of the cliff, and there's all the utility being rained down at them. Hawkstars, defensive bombardment, the res is successful, but will Stark be able to get his weapons back online? Stark and Garnet are now pushing them. They realize that they need to get the kill on to popping off before Startup Guy can get down on the ground. But there's Team Sage, who might just throw a spanner in the works. If Team Sage just minds their own business right now, then the top 2 teams will end up eliminating each other, and Team Sage can walk away with everything. But Stark and Garnet, they're getting the gun fired upon, and Team Sage now counter pushes them. This is disastrous, as they're bashing 2 teams at once, and Sage has no chill. They want to go in for the full send, the Spitfire, and going ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and it destroys everybody. Oh my lord. They have just been eliminated. Stark Incarnate was the only team that could have stopped the side of Popping Off, but they have been dealt with, and now Popping Off capitalize on this one. Team Stage, they realize that they have just made a massive mistake. They should have just let that team stay alive. They've melted all their shields. Maybe they can actually pull this off. Can it be possible? Is a comeback possible? The 4th party has arrived, and every team is fighting in this direction. Both the top teams have been eliminated. Popping Off and Stark Incarnate are outside. The stage is wide open, and this is anyone's game at this point.
Well, I feel as if this might just be Skyhawk to go ahead and take it away. They do have the advantage right now, but at the same time, Wasabi, they're pushing in from the other side, and Wasabi have got the piece of the hunt. On top of that, the shield has been put down as well from the Gibby. Gonna be seeing Skyhawks, who are gonna be losing their shields. Gonna be seeing Makam already on the verge of losing his life, and yep, it's gonna be the side of Team Wasabi to go ahead and win out a few of their fights, and they're gonna be the ones to go ahead and be crowned champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Wasabi, what a play here. Like, the patient play coming out from both Wasabi and the side of Skyhawks. They did exactly what Crips set it out to be. But on the other hand, Crips kind of wanted that to happen with the side of Team Sage. But, well, Sage did something more incredible. They went ahead, used their Spitfire, and just like as the side of Crips did mention, we are going to be seeing the side of Team Sage go ahead and eliminated the side of Team... well, who exactly was it, by the way? It was the side of Team...
Wasabi won the game. Stark Incarnate
yeah,
and Popping Off ended up killing each other. Team Sage was the monkey wrench. These
Yeah.
If Team Sage wasn't present in this area, then I think the top 2 teams would still be alive, but they fought both of them at once, and they kind of instigated them to fight each other as well. So yeah, Team Stage, they played spoilsport over here. Doesn't matter if they get the points or not. They just don't want the top 2 teams to get the points.
Completely. I mean, Team Wasabi are the ones to go ahead and finish things off as well with that final flag on towards Skyhawks. Pretty interesting game, and yeah, there were quite a lot of moments that we have to relive as well. The match highlights are going to be ready, so we're going to be quickly jumping straight into it as well. But I kind of feel bad for the side of Team Popping Off because they tried absolutely everything. But little did they know that this kind of a device is going to be coming upon them as the entire zone as well. It kind of was not in their favor. And startup guy, his hitbox, it just fell down the cliff. Praj had to go on a rescue mission. They
But
had the
the,
cojones to go ahead and respawn him as well, by the way.
exactly, and that was so good.
Yeah.
Like they did not have the jump pad available. What they did instead, they tossed the Gibby dome downstairs, like yeeted down. It created a bubble around his banner, and then Praj was able to go downstairs, use the dome as cover, pick up the banner, and manually climb the cliff instead of jump padding upstairs. That is such a lengthy process, and that cliff, you can't free climb it. Okay, you're not Revenant. You need to know exactly where to step. It's kind of like rock climbing, but in real life, you need to be able to figure out where to keep your hands and your feet. But Praj navigated like an absolute boss. I want to see that moment again. I really want to see that end game moment again. Let's jump into the highlights and relive all the carnage that went down towards the last few minutes of this game.
So yeah, starting things off, we had the side of Team Still Killers who tried to get themselves a couple of frags, and they also got themselves a squad wipe if I'm not wrong. And yeah, it was just down to one player from the side of Team Still Killers as well. That was the Valkyrie and Plainty. They're actually the ones to go ahead and emerge out victorious in that fight. As in, I feel as if Plainty with the wingmans were the ones to go ahead and finish things off. This 1 HP clutch coming out from Praj as well to go ahead and take down the side of Ryu and gang, that is Night Howlers. Again, an amazing clutch coming out from the side of Praj to stay alive. And then we had another 1 HP clutch, which is going to be coming up in a few seconds, where the side of Stark Incarnate, they went ahead and took on another gang here over towards the Skyhook. Stark Incarnate, they were quite adventurous to take on this fight. They almost lost it out as well, but then, again, as I did tell you, the 1 HP clutch coming out from the side of Rahman to just finish things off and, give that victory to the side of Stark Incarnate as well in this fight.
I feel like both the top teams were holding on to this game by a thread. Both Stark Incarnate and Popping Off pulled off 1 HP clutches against two different teams in two different parts of the map. Now imagine if both these teams died right at the start. This would have been such a different game. I mean, later on Team Sage did come in and basically ruin it for them both, but then imagine if these two teams were never present. I don't know what would have happened. That would have been like a Pandora's box kind of situation.
Yep, the side of the Devils right here trying to take down Tamil Esports. And they were successful in doing that as well. The raid did escape, but then the raid immediately got taken down as well. Side of Aerial Chiller said. So Team Devils, they were the ones to go ahead and get that squad wipe in. They racked up the kill points for that. The Hand of Star Incarnate now once again to go ahead and take on that final player that was left out. They were chasing him, and it was actually the Gibraltar. But then dealing so much damage. This was a very heroic moment, by the way, where we had the Gibby Shield coming in. He went there and got himself that knockdown. But OP skills, especially Iron Man, he got third-partied. At the side of Popping Off, they came in from the backlines. He was able to drone out. He was able to get all the information. But yeah, he actually got third-partied by Praj. Praj was the one to go ahead and take him down. And yep, Iron Man went down. Popping Off, they came in. They clean sweep the entire area. They further moved in as well. This is the final moment of the game where Crips also went absolutely crazy. And we all love to see this play coming out from the side of Stark Incarnate and side of Popping Off as well.
Yeah, but Assassin, you notice all these open area endings are so rare? Like in this tournament so far, we have seen an overlooked finish n number of times. I don't even remember how many. They've just been way too many.
Yeah.
We've seen urban battles at the last stages of the game. We've seen dome battles, but these open areas, circle
Very
barely
rare.
glows, in this area. And you've just got this one big rock that everyone's essentially playing around. So in these situations, the Gibby Dome comes in. It just provides an immeasurable amount of value right? I mean, you have nothing else to take cover behind. There's just one big rock, and you only can play Ring Around the Rosies with it. And the DP Domes came in clutch, which is also very different because in the previous qualifier, in Qualifier 2, we have seen the Revenant, Octane, and Bloodhound combo being used quite a lot. But now, people have opted out of Revenant, and a lot of these teams are going back to the Gibraltar.
Yeah, Gibraltar and Revenant were usually the picks coming out for Qualifier 1. Qualifier 2, we completely did not see any interesting Gibraltar plays coming out from any of the teams. They usually would just go for the usual Octane, Bloodhound, and maybe the Wraith Bloodhound. Seer was something that we were used to seeing quite a lot. There was a Seer in absolutely every single team. There were just a select few teams like Wood.exe who would try and go in for the Bloodhound. So yeah, Qualifier 2 again, we did not see quite a lot of Gibraltar action, but now we are back with the Gibby for Qualifier 3. And most of the teams, absolutely every single team, they have got themselves a Gibby in their team as well to just provide that bubble so that they can maybe fight things out a little bit more. Hey, match standings are ready, so why don't we quickly jump straight into the match standings and take a quick look at how many points were the side of Team Wasabi able to rack up, because they got themselves the win this time. And they managed to rack up 16 total points, Grips. 4 kill points, 12 placement points, and that win point as well. Popping off, still leading the chart, by the way. Total of 18 points, thanks to all the kills, all the squad wipes that they were able to come up with as well. Stalking got it on the 3rd spot. And this time around, though, I quite like this. Stalking got it. They were very active. We saw them survive till the very end. And they've put up 16 total points. So, Grips, they're back in action. And we're going to be seeing this side of Skyhawks as well, with a total of 15 points.
Yeah, there was a difference of 5 points between Popping Off and Stock Incarnate. At this point, I think the difference will increase to 7 points. So, not too far behind. But yeah, this rivalry will continue on day 2. This is going to be very interesting because I really want to see what happens, between these two teams.
So yeah, the overall day standings are ready, ladies and gentlemen. So why don't we quickly jump straight into what's day 1 standings and see if the side of Popping Off have been challenged or not for their first spot. No, they have not, but very close. Stalking Incarnate with a total of 71 points, Popping Off with 78. Plain T with a 58 point as well at the 3rd spot. I felt as if Plain T might have been challenged for the final match, but thankfully they're still at the 3rd spot. Wasabi on the 4th, dethroning Skyhawks, and Skyhawks in the 5th spot as well. Clutch Ministers, they have climbed up from the 10th spot over towards the 9th spot now, and 100 Ping and Team Sage are right there at the 8th and the 7th spot respectively. Moth have not been shaken as well. So overall, really good day 1, I would feel. And yeah, they all these other teams have to do is be trying, step up their game, especially teams like Enoch Gamers, Task Force, Night Howlers, Still Keelers, even the Devils, who managed to get themselves a squad wiper to every game. But when it comes down to making the early rotations or getting themselves at a good positional advantage, they are not able to do that, unlike the side of Popping Off and Stark Incarnate.
Yeah, there's really not much that anyone else can do right now against Popping Off and Stock Incarnate. I mean, consider this. Up until game number 4, the top 3 teams were relevant. They had 5 points of difference in between each other. And now in the last game, Plain T has just come completely undone, and the top 2 teams are in a league of their own. Plain T has been left behind. Wasabi, Skyhawks, Moth, Team Sage, everyone else just follows right after that. Even Skyhawks, to some extent, has a decent lead at 39 points. It's everyone else below them. It's the contention for the 6th spot that's going to be super close because Moth, Team Sage, 100 Ping, all of them are just barely any points away from each other.
So the teams that we are going to be on the lookout for tomorrow are definitely going to be 100 Ping, Clutch Ministers, Sage, and Moth, because these guys are actually sitting really, really close to each other, especially 100 Ping and Clutch Ministers. I feel as if the side of Clutch Ministers are going to be the ones to try and make something done in day 2, because we have seen them bring things really, really close in all of the matches for day 1. But it was just, again, they would get caught between all of these teams trying to rotate, and they would just get caught in a very bad position. So that is going to be something that they're going to be working on, and I feel as if the entirety of top 3 is going to be challenged for day two, or if the side of maybe popping off or even stalking Cornet go ahead and put on a beast of a performance for day two right off the bat, then maybe they're just going to go into the 100 leagues and well, they might be at a situation where it's going to be hard for other teams to catch on. But yeah, overall, day one, pretty sweet. All 20 of these squads did participate, did play till the very end. And let's hope that this kind of a performance keeps on going for day two and day three as well. And let's hope that teams like Team Moth, Class Ministers are going to be able to, accelerate themselves a little bit more and empower themselves to go ahead and take some victories against all of these other teams. But any closing thoughts, Scripps, before we go ahead and close out the day?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. There's one race going on for the number one spot, and then there's another race going on for the sixth spot. At the end of the day, the number one and two positions are just bragging rights. I mean, of course, you do want the bragging rights, but you just want to qualify as well. So we got to be on the lookout for all these teams who are vying for that last spot available. Now, there's still 2 more days left. The tournament could go haywire at any time. Things could turn it around. And this is still anyone's game for the taking. So as many points as these teams can gather right now, the better it is for them later on during the later phases of the tournament. We will see you again tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, at the Rise of Legion tournament for Apex Legends. But for now, this is me, Cribs, an assassin, signing off for the day. See you again tomorrow. Same time, same place.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.